All right. Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon. Let's see. Echo. Good morning. 1, 2. Let me see. I'll get some feedback here. Which are 1, 2. No, mics. 1, 2. Check the mic. Mic check 1, 2. Okay. Mic check 1, 2. Check the mic. Esoteric here. All right. Let's see. I don't want echo. No echo. 1, 2. Check the mic. I know that you're in play with this thing earlier. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Check my mic. Sound check. Join us live, VOSD. Let me double check the sound here. I want echo. No. 1, 2. Check the mic. I know that you're in play with this thing earlier. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Check my mic. All right, this should be good now. Us live, USD. Let me.
Give people money. We will talk it. Americas will talk it. We will talk it. Yeke Kolba will talk it. We will talk it. Darius Dillion will talk it. We will talk it. Prophet Key will talk it.
Prophet Key, force of the forceless.
Just talk it, papi. We will talk it. No food to eat. We will talk it. Make me crying. We will talk it. You are really claiming up. We will talk it. Echo repreha. We will talk it. That's a travel crying. We will talk it. Gasoline pray up. We will talk it. Water. La $10. We will talk it. Black place be, la $10. Blue place be, la $20. 1 cup of red, la $50. Country get here, very high. Everywhere you go, they say la propo. Anything you cash, they say la propo. More people dying, more people suffering. No good hospital, Liberia dirty. Government not get on, they not get on. Government not get on. They not get on. Our 16 billion. What play go? Our 25 million. That what play go? For country giant to country road. For country giant to country road. Government and level down. Government and fool us. Government and level down. Government and betray us. Government and fool us. Country everybody complaining. Pimpin' rider complaining. Shoe shambo complaining. Makewumi complaining. Schooling complaining. Old people complaining, lazy people complaining, taxi driver complaining, keke rider complaining. They see people are vote for you. They see people suffering. They see people are vote for you. They see people crying. They see people are vote for you. They see people suffering. They see people are vote for you. They see people crying. Every day Amanda. Every day I wait do. Every day Amanda. Every day I wait do. You're causing us in a city. Why people suffering? Why people dying? Government not get on. They not get on. Government not get on. They not get on. We will talk it. Americas will talk it. We will talk it. Yeke Kolba will talk it. We will talk it. Darius Dillion will talk it. We will talk it. Prophet Key will talk it. Country no food to eat. Country government just sitting, paying the horses. Why old people suffering? See, Agbekugbe government, carrying all the day. Agbekugbe government, suffering all the day. Agbekugbe government, carrying on slowly. Agbekugbe government. That's 3C government. Carry one oh, that's 3C government. Suffering one oh, that's 3C government. Carry one slowly, that's 3C government. You are reclaiming one thing I know. We want peace. You stop the steering. We need peace. You stop the building. We want peace. Control the rate. We need peace. You clean the city. We want peace. Seriously, government, they are all for fun. Government get lie. Judge, we are government. So low, so criminal. You don't know your function. As a president, where are the job? Where are the school? Where are the salary? No more pay. You say teach for hope. Now nothing for death. Hey God, my life you're sorry oh. They make out to fool for nothing. Now know a function. You not even know 11 red. The seriously government. We will talk it. And we will talk it. We will talk it. Get careful, we will talk it. We will talk it. Darius Dillion will talk it. We will talk it. Prophet Key will talk it. Hey, Joe, we are going. She said, you take power. First 1 month, the country start crying on your knee. For pro to all row. Oh dear, going to say country giant. For country giant to country row. She wants your government. Shout out to all my bravi that talking for the poor people. Henry Costa, Darius Dillion, Yeke Kolba, Prophet Key,
force of the forceless.
There's a young boy, EJ, he will walk.
The record, mash up the place.
You not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soja monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey. Oh soja monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Once upon the time, in the jungle, there lay so many animals and so many trees. During the day, there were no restriction. Anytime, any day, anyone used to corrupt and go stay free in the jungle, yeah. After they realized that everything was good, I said everyone were only after the food. Majority of the people were beyond baboon, and few people when we are okay. The headers of the time made a big mistake. After election, the winner made a selection. So the citizen of the jungle was unsatisfied. So they decided choosing another caretaker. Who love, who care, who has the ability taking care of the monkey. You not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soja monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey. Oh soja monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey chop. Monkey cannot get tired.
Say monkey chop
yo. Monkey cannot get tired. Monkey chop. Monkey cannot get tired. Monkey chop yo. Monkey cannot get tired.
Keeping banana and the chop stealing is a error. A Russian is a error.
Monkey cannot get tired.
Hey, we wanna live life. Have to live a good life. We wanna live life. Have to live a fun life. We wanna live life. Have to live a fun life.
Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soja monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you.
Monkey listen, you give it right, it can crack it. Powerful storm, monkey listen, you give it stick, it can break it. We do your long time at Buddha, Mr. Monkey was very wicked. The way you see it with your apple, they your do that, love is wicked. Monkey see apple, they pick it, banana and plum, they take it. All the cuckoo food in a pocket, it when give it something lick it. Monkey drop it, it drop it, nana, only baboon can stop it. Monkey drop it, drop it, nana, only baboon can stop it. It call all the African monkeys, all I want for them to rip it. Monkey jump from tree to tree, hustle hustle, it ready get sick. Monkey jump from tree to tree, hustle hustle, when I it ready get sick. Two back when monkey we catch it, that one it will not be easy. How you read, my people, I say it wicked. How you read, my people, I say it
Monkey,
wicked.
you not able to take care of baboon able. You not able to bust the rata baboon able. Oh soldier monkey calm down, oh monkey calm down, soldier monkey calm down, the monkey calm down, monkey calm down, yo, monkey calm down, yo, monkey, oh soldier monkey calm down, yo, monkey calm down, yo, monkey calm down, yo. Don't jam a monkey say that away home. Don't small monkey say away home. On top of monkey say away home. Oh monkey say that away home. Away home. Away home. Away home. Away home. Let me know away home. Away home. Away home. My people ya away home. Away home. Answer me ya away home.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your steals your future, your career, your education.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora with Doc. Biliboree, ESOTERIC, coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania. These United States of America. I want to welcome all of you that are following the show right now. Very happy to have you following me in this morning from my end. It's 11:47 a.m. Eastern time. I want to say, let me see the people I'm following right now that I'm seeing from my side. The former president and former member of the board, Madam Biliboree, is following the show. I'm seeing her here. Geraldine Verdillo, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Oh, Shaky, how you doing? Welcome aboard. And others, I can see the rest of the people that are following. Maybe if you comment, I will recognize you. Yes, and I will just do the recognition if you comment. But now, again, welcome to a brand new edition of VOSD, Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora with Doc Biliboree ESOTERIC. Please do not forget to share the show with your friends. All you have to do is to share the link. That's all you have to do. You don't have to put it in different groups on your page. That's it. And you'll be good to go. You can also follow us on YouTube. All right. On YouTube, it's Madison Freeman. You can also watch the show from there. We are going live right now from YouTube as well. All right. So, okay, Ezekiel, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Now, we just want to do quick commercials and we'll get into the meat of the show. People can always come back to the replay and listen as many times as you want. All right. So we just want to remind you that Sinoe County Association in Americas, Massachusetts chapter, the inaugural ball is somewhere around the corner. It will be November the 5th, 2022 in Rochester, MA. Okay, so we want to, if you're a citizen of Sinoe County, A&D, United States of America, we encourage you to be part of the inaugural program of our chapter out there in Massachusetts. All right, Otello Grisbit is doing a wonderful job. As you can see on the flyer, I think he should be the one we should call feminist in chief. Because all the cabinet members of Otello Grisbit, Sinoe County Association MA chapter, they are all ladies. Excuse me, guys. Majority of them, I can say all the ladies, and besides Mr. Grisbit himself, the rest of the people, the cabinet staff or members, they are all ladies. And so let go there. The president of our union, President Francess Clarke Myers, will be the guest speaker at that occasion. All right. So again, I'm working out modalities to see what I can be physically present to cover the program. Let's see how things work out from our side here. US is a busy place. We got other engagement, but we'll be on the weekend, so that we'll see what we can improvise to go to that program to cover it. The president will be speaking there. She's a president of unity, of peace, and development. So that's an occasion that we must be part of. It's very important. All right, that's something that I wanted to bring to your attention. The upcoming program, the president of our union, President Francess Clarke Myers, will be the guest speaker at that occasion again. So we encourage all of you, all the members of the chapter, USAA, that can make it out there. We want you to be part of that trip. If you want to be part, just reach out to the president. She is trying to make some vehicles available. And so if you want to be part of the trip, just make your intention known, and then we can add you to the list. Okay? Or you can call me. Also, I can add you to the list, so whatever the case may be. All right, so that's something quick reminder that I want to give you. Also, another reminder that I want to share with you is the inaugural board as well of the biggest chapter in our union, United Sarpo Association, Delaware Valley Chapter. The inauguration is coming up, and so we encourage all members to meet the requirements. We have been having several meetings. So the dates and the itinerary of the whole program, you can see it there on the screen for you. So it is planned a special way, so they got meet and greet and all of that. There will be people that will be coming from out of state to be part of the inaugural ball. And so on Friday, you have the meet and greet. It will be at 6516 Reland Avenue. I think it's at the residence of the Vice President, Olivia Seward, and that's the meet and greet venue. And they got a cookout. So on the Saturday, so Friday will be the meet and greet. Again, people are coming from out of state for this great occasion. And so on Saturday, which will be the ball itself, the ball will be held at 100 Sharon Avenue. That will be in Sharon Hill. All right, it's Sharon Hill, PA. It's not, at least for me, here is maybe like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on your velocity, how fast you drive. Yeah, so it's right down the street from me. I'll be there. So it'll be on Saturday. It starts at 6 p.m. It has a just little admission fee of $20. That's it. $20 is the admission. I think for the members, we have had again series of meetings, and I think each member will be paying $100. So you can reach out to the financial team to pay your $100. But the $20 is for just some non-members and people that will be coming to support us. Yes. So yes, you can be part of the program. It's very simple. For $20, it will be a wonderful, wonderful program. President-elect is Miss Toba. The Vice President-elect is Olivia Seward. Secretary General Osiris Gawa or Yahweh. And we have Geju Gawad, who is the treasurer. So you got the chair lady, Francis Dorr. You will see the queen, and everybody will be there for the chapter on Oro Wule. The prayer warrior, Sis Diana Kai. You got the treasurer. I think Geju Goa is the financial secretary, and Ente May Tobad is the treasurer. So you can come and support the chapter program. You don't want to miss it. It will be wonderful again, fantastic program. Okay, it will be again. It's the 10th of November. You see, that's the data pull here. I think. Let me see to make sure. Yes. Well, I saw the date somewhere here. Somewhere it's hiding. Meet and greet. All right, that will be on the 9th. Okay, yeah. So December, actually, it's not November, it's December. So the 10th, yeah, December 10th will be the program. So the 9th will be the meet and greet, and then the 10th will be the program. It's at the boy inaugural, but the 11th will be the cookout. Okay, and you have all the details, everything on the flyer here. You can save the flyer for any information that you need. All right, so that's something we want to start the show with here. All right, guys, you have to share the show with your friends. It's a beautiful, beautiful show, and I'm not seeing you guys sharing it. You can't be watching and not sharing with your friends. It's not difficult to share. All you have to do, look at the bottom of the page, and you see share. That's all you need. All right, so please do that for us. Let me go on quick commercial here. I will be right back to get something back here for you to get the first talking point for you. But share the show with your friends. I'll be right back.
Just wow, say 6 billion go. Wow, 25 million. Don't be provide money for Liberian people, yeah. We suffer too much, no food to eat. The country get a young get down for it. What are you stealing people money? We will talk it. We will talk it. We will talk it. Yeah, we'll talk it. Amanda, Awetu, Maipuye, Iliberia, Maipuye, Jovia, Deble,
Trigger.
Aha, y'all want to roll the punch giant ready to take over.
Like
Y'all want to roll beef, Papa come here again. Y'all want to roll Papa Georgie come here again. Y'all want to roll Mama Joe come here again. Rossi, Shangami again. Now they walk on Trechayan, coming soon. Better move, I say you're better move. You is about to get away. Pulling back to get away. We come here again. Who wanna Rossi, Dizzy coming again. Young wanna Rocha, we are coming again. Who wanna Mama Joe, coming again. Open the Rossi, Shangami again. Now they walk on Trechayan, coming so. Better move, say you're better move.
champion and coming so. You better move on the road. I say you better move your foot. You be Paris and get away. Better get away. Yen say I'm on Bo, I say I come. At table, Mosico corridor. Yen say I'm on Bo, I say I come. See DJ shake your body, eh? DJ shake your body, eh? Why don't you shake your body, eh? DJ shake your body, eh? Acha le 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 oh, see you le 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 oh, acha le 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 oh. Le oh say, acha le oh say, we'll celebrate. I wear mostly go corridor. Today is a wonderful day. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. Today is a beautiful day. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. So DJ Biliboree, we'll celebrate. It's a holiday, your movement. We'll celebrate. You be brothers in your way, yeah. We'll celebrate. Nothing you can tell us now. We'll celebrate. Nothing you get to tell us now. We'll celebrate. We are inside the breeze. Politicians ain't worried. How much you are inside the breeze. They ain't worried.
Brothers International, y'all.
We feeling win a race. 2017, we feeling win a race. Everybody look at this. We feeling win a race.
Y'all moving on the road because we coming in with full.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Dark Side Porter. Exoteric. Okay, let's get the
This one I really want.
I just want to begin the show again. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard. I saw the Gerju Goa joining us. Gerju, welcome aboard. Honorable Maya Tori, how you doing, sir? Welcome aboard. The president of our union, President Francess Clarke Myers, welcome aboard. And those that are following, that I'm not seeing, welcome aboard. All right, so we want to just do quick shout outs to a couple of people, birthday greetings, if you like, people that celebrated a birthday. So we want to do that quickly so that we can get to the major things that we want to talk about today on the show. All right, let's see here. We want to start with former national president of our union, President Obaku, and now member of the board of directors. He celebrated his birthday 1 or 2 days ago. Mr. President, on behalf of VOSD, on behalf of the union, the office of the president, on behalf of the office of the chairman of the board of directors, we want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you many more happy returns and the best life has to offer. You know, Honorable Baku is a wonderful man. He is a wonderful man. He was the one that took over after the 7 years conflict in our union. And, when he took over, the organization was still, it was fragile. But because of his leadership ability, his ability to reach across the aisle, and talk to people, so he consolidated our peace when he took over for 2 terms. He maintained the unity of the union. He did a lot of things, putting the framework in place that leaders before him they are now following. So, Mr. President, I want to say happy birthday to you. Who wish you many more happy returns once again. We also want to do a shout out to our chair lady, a national chair lady, Manja Smith, also celebrated her birthday. And so, chair lady, who want to say happy birthday to you. You see, the chair lady is wonderful, Madam Manja Smith. She's a great lady. She loves her people. She will go above and beyond to do everything to seek the interests of the hoi polloi, the poor people. Since she took over as the chair lady of our union, she has brought transparency and accountability to her position. In the past, people would do some shady things. We get $8,000. They will bring There's rate $10,000, whereas you would give Margie Smith you give her $4,000, she will bring $16,000. So you can see it, and she will give you clear accounting of everything. Whereas in the past, when you question those people, they call themselves in chair lady. When you ask question, they're angry. Don't ask them once they make an announcement. So Madam Chair Lady, want to say again, thank you. We appreciate the wonderful job you're doing. In addition to your life, it's a blessing to the union. The more you live long, the better the hope of our people. Because you're good people. I want good people to live long, and bad people, their lives should be abbreviated. That Jesus thing, what they say, let the bad people, let it stay long so they can repent. No, if you are bad, if you have negative, I want the positive to be around so that those that are suffering will be helped. And then the negative should go away. We want a good world. We want a good society. We don't want forces that will be harming people. All right. So, Chair Lady, enjoy your new age. Wish you happy returns. All right. Also, the First Lady of the USAA, Florida, that's Welly George. Welly George also celebrated her birthday. And so we also want to use this opportunity to say happy birthday to my own sis. She's a strong supporter of VOSD. She has financially, sent a purse to our chapter, to the station as well. So she's a wonderful lady. At one point I was surprised. Doctor, you put that, just check your cash app. You are doing a wonderful job for the community. This is a little thing for you to keep our station going. So somebody that day when she is celebrating your birthday, we can't allow it to go. So Sis Welly George, is that Brown or George? But this is the First Lady and the Queen for the USA Florida chapter. And so we want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you many more happy returns as well. All right. We also want to go to Liberia. My own brother, my own cousin, Milton Teahjay celebrated his birthday as well. And so we want to say happy birthday to Milton. Milton is a very good guy. He covers Drazan district. He's a reporter out there in Sinoe County. And also Milton also celebrated his birthday. He's a staunch political soldier of Honorable Zaza. So these are the young people that give me hope in Sinoe County. When I see young people supporting the right people, the right leaders, it makes me happy. It makes me sad when I see young people whose future are at stake, and they are supporting terrible leaders. It saddens me, but I can't give up on them. The fact that they make wrong decision, my job is to put them on the right path. If you want to remain on the cataclysmic trajectory, it's up to you. But my job as the spokesperson, the person who was empowered by the elders and the ancestors, to educate our people, I will tell these young people, behold, where you are going is wrong. Come back on the right track. So I'm happy that Milton is on the right track, and he is doing his best to bring the right people, the other young people that are going astray, on the right path. So Milton, happy birthday to you. Wish you many more. All right, those are the people. If you are celebrating your birthday out there, we want to say happy birthday to you. It's not that we want to leave you out, but if I see you, if my friend, I would do my best at least to give you a shout out. Okay, so happy birthday to you out there if you're doing your birthday again. All right, again, don't forget Delaware Valley Chapter inaugural ball is coming up December the 10th at Sharon Hill. We don't want to miss it. They got 3 days. That weekend will be locked in Philadelphia, right? So you have the 9, the 10, and the 11. You have to lock that weekend. It's a USAA Delaware Valley Chapter inauguration. Also, don't forget, again, a quick reminder, Sinoe County Association inaugural ball is coming out. It's November the 5th. All right. Otello Grisby, the feminine in chief of Sinoe County, will be inaugurated along with their officials. Okay. And so you got to be there on the 5th, November 5th. Okay. The national president, this is Otello right here, the feminist in chief of Sinoe County, the man who has all female cabinet officials. Great guy. All right. The national president, USA President Francess Clarke Myers, will be the guest speaker. You have to be there. We are making sure, like I said from the beginning of the show, if you want to be part of the trip, let me know. Reach out to the president. We can add your name to the list. We want to get a vehicle so we can get a bigger vehicle to accommodate the number of people that want to go. All right. So it's November the 5th. It's just a weekend. We'll leave from here. Maybe, like you say, Friday and Saturday, later Sunday, we'll be back in Philadelphia. So you don't want to miss it. It will be fantastic. All right, let me go to the next thing that we have for you. How you doing? Lloyd, I think I recognize Lloyd. Robert Solo, how you doing? Welcome on board, buddy. Let me see some of the comments that are coming in here. Dr. put us, why don't you explain the trip of Liberian in the U.S.? The trip of Liberian in the U.S. What is that? You got to explain that. I don't know when you say the trip of Liberians in the U.S. I don't get that question. We promote leadership that caters to the needs of our people, and especially in these times, we should never encourage such. That's right. Happy birthday, sister. What is it about this song that you like, Mr. Esoteric? Which song is that? I play a couple of songs, so I just want to. Are you talking about the country giant? I don't want the people to think I'm partisan, so saying I play the opposition is for balance, and that's why I'm playing the song. Okay? So I am for Liberia. I'm not for CDC. I'm not for the opposition. I'm for the right thing. What is right for the country? And so I just play the music so that just for teammates, not about the lyrics or the message in those songs. I mean, even though I like the first one, the corruption. We're going to talk it. I'm here to talk that which is wrong and also that which is right. If you're doing the right thing, I praise you. Do the wrong thing, of course, you'll be put under the microscope, of course, which I'm about to do right now. All right. Let's get to next thing that I want to talk about. So that's birthday. And I did the event, a reminder for Sinoe County and USAA. And so those are out of the way. Let me depopulate here instead of, so I don't make mistake and repeat the same thing here. Let me go here for the first thing that I want to talk about. The last show, I told you that I have breaking news here for you. So sometimes some of the things that you see on the show, the stuff I posted, not all of it. So I got breaking news for you. You got to stay on. But I told you the last show that I want to be back to do justice to the new audio of our lawmaker, Representative Crayton Duncan, who wants to be our senator and who also is preaching equity. Let's say he wants to be a moral man. He putting other people, calling people liars and those things, But then he himself is in the business of lying. So I want to do what I call exorcising the demon of mendacity in Duncan. All right. So I talked the other time, I never had the time to do to better explain to you, to give you evidence. I mean, I did a little bit, but I had a technical glitch, so, and that's why I want to repeat the talking point again. So we want to exorcise, when you exorcise, those of you that are religious people, if somebody has demon, what you do, you pray, right, for your Holy Spirit to get rid of the demon in that person. If you are like a traditionalist, if you believe in African science, you can go to a voodoo priest. They can also exorcise demons. Okay, they can get rid of demon or bad things that are in people. All right. So I think lying is a bad thing. It's a demon. I think that our lawmaker is demon possessed. Because for him to impugn people that allegedly, I mean, for Teahjay, he's right on that. Teahjay is a big liar. But when he leaves Teahjay and comes to Mr. Zaza and calls Mr. Zaza a liar at one point on his show or on his Buto radio, but now the man himself is lying, And I don't like this kind of double standard people. All right? You cannot say somebody is lying, but you yourself, you are doing the same thing. That kind of hypocrisy will not work with me. So we want to deal with Crayton Duncan a little bit here. So we want to exorcise the demon that grabbed our lawmaker. All right. So let me do something here quickly. I want to get you a picture in here, the lawmaker picture, so I can talk to him. That's what I normally do when I want to talk to the people. I'll bring the person on so you can know who is it that I'm talking about. So Crayton Duncan is the representative of Sinoe County Electoral District number 1. He has been in the House of Representatives for almost 6 years. And after 6 years of authority or giving our mantle to the man, Crayton Duncan cannot show us one achievement of his legislatively. All right? Nothing Crayton Duncan can show us. But Crayton Duncan is now gallivanting, peregrinating across the county, and he asking us, we the indigenous people. Yeah, people say, that's a divisive message. Look at you. You understand yourself? The people in America here, when the election time, they got the population here, right? They got the Hispanic, they got the African Americans, they got the Caucasians. Guess what? Time for election. The Caucasians are in the majority. So Obama was an anomaly. All right? For the people, and the reason why they voted for Obama is because of the candidates that were present at the time. Comparatively, Obama is far better than them. And so they selected. But if you look at the history of the United States, all their leaders are white people. They are Caucasians. And you know why? It's because the Caucasians are in the majority. Similarly, in Sinoe County or in Liberia, we, the indigenous people, are in the majority. And just the same way, the people of the United States, I said, the election of Obama was an anomaly. All right? It's not normal. Similarly, the election of Crayton Duncan was a protest against the son of the indigenous people, Mr. Jefferson Kamau. The people protested against their son. They said, we gave our son years, and he did not satisfy us. So they protested, and they brought an American Liberian, and somebody who is in the minority. It's an anomaly. And so this abnormality has to be corrected. 2023. We say our son did not do what he's supposed to do for us. I'm talking about Honorable Jefferson Kamau. We say, oh, he didn't do all those things, He didn't build mansions for us. He didn't build the roads. He didn't do a lot of. So Crayton Duncan came and said, I will be the Messiah. So Crayton Duncan will put in there. The people gave in a protest vote, just the same way they gave Milton Teahjay protest vote. You know, we the indigenous people, we in the business of harming ourselves. And that's a terrible thing we do. How can you leave your children and you give strangers power, and your children are not in power? Look for the best among your children. And so you took power from your children and you gave it to a descendant of an American Liberian, the people that led our country, for 133 years. And all the roads in our country still they are muddy. They can't build road for us. After 133 years, Crayton Duncan did not build his people. After 133 years, they couldn't build one university for us in Sinoe County. After 133 years, Crayton Duncan people did not build one decent school for us in Dwazon. Nowhere in Kabade, nowhere in Buto, nowhere in Government Camp, nowhere in Jrei. I can go all over Sinoe County. No one decent school for one Sinoe multilateral. And the reason why that school was built is because the American Liberians, the powers that be, the people that were doing good, the bourgeoisie, they were in the capital city, San Greenville. And so they wanted their children to be educated. And that's how they built that school. And they neglected the majority of the people there outside Greenville. And so for 133 years, Crayton Duncan people, they neglected us. They make us to pay hot taxes, our fathers. Hot. You know, the people that live, they used to live in huts, right? And our people, they are polygamists. They are polygamists, meaning they have multiple wives. And so when you are a father and you have 5 women, all those huts, all those huts, because all of them get huts, you have to pay. Crayton Duncan used to charge our people, even though the people are not represented in government. So they call it taxation without representation. That's how they were doing to our people. They tax our people and they are not represented in government. The True We Party. It was one political system, one government, no opposition, as you said, one party in the country. For 133 years. The indigenous people got to revolt against Crayton Duncan then. Before we can taste power now in our country. We were relegated to janitor jobs in the country, in our own country. We were relegated to security guards in our own country. We were given crust. When we worked for Crayton Duncan, they gave us the crust, the one that left over. The doors that were in the compounds of Crayton Duncan and people, they were better than our people. And so our people gave protests, which I think is ridiculous. You cannot get angry to the point where you will harm yourself. For the past almost 6 years, Crayton Duncan has the indigenous children in his office. For 6 years, Crayton Duncan has been traveling every month out of the country. Crayton Duncan cannot bring one of the boys or one of the girls with him to see the word. No, he does not want to open our children's eyes. So he will build decrepit structures with no qualities in them. And he put them there. And Crayton Duncan children are not going to those nonsensical entities or schools that he's saying he's building. His children are not going there. They are in London. They are in the United States. They are in Canada. No, he don't carry them. Crayton Duncan, when he ready, he leaves the country to do medical evaluation. How many of the children in the office there that have done medical evaluation? How many of our mothers, the people that are bearing children, Crayton Duncan can come out of the country to do medical check? He does not care for 133 years. After that, Crayton Duncan then again they get power. Somebody will say, oh, that long time been there. Okay, let's leave that long time part. Contemporary time, our time. There is a lady called Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The name is telling you that American Liberian, right? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And that dark say you put there. Okay? Say you put there. So it tells me that indigenous person. So we gave the American Liberian Crayton Duncan people, we gave her 12 years. They still cannot build schools for us in the country. They cannot build hospitals for us in the country. The roads are still messed up in the country. Our people don't have safe drinking water in the country. No electricity in the country. All right. Maybe I jumped. Let me go back a little bit. There is another one they call Charles Taylor. We gave him, I think, about 10 years. And he did nothing. He took the National Bank and carried it to a house. I'm talking about the American Liberians. They did nothing for us in our country because they see us as slaves. That's how they treated us. And Crayton Duncan is going around in Sinoe County and saying he running campaign against we the people. When the Constitution said we the people, that we, the indigenous people, that we the one we're talking about. Those are that were marginalized for 130 years, and you are chartered 10 years, you are early justice 12 years. And yet, things cannot improve in the country. Nothing. So Crayton Duncan now, he is telling us after we gave him 6 years in the Senate or in the House of Representatives, and he cannot show us one bill that will benefit us. Crayton Duncan said, I want to be senator. The people of Sinoe County, they call him foreign lawmaker because that's what he is. He lives out of the country. Crayton Duncan, you will not see a video out there with Crayton Duncan advocating for we, the people of Sinoe County. No, not one. The man is out of the country. He got a Filipino woman. They're all over the place. The man cannot even marry our child, our daughter. No, he went to Filipino so he can carry the money out of the country. Okay? It's also it's part of capital flight. You take the resources from the country. And so you're going around. Crayton Duncan lied to us. Up to now, I thought I would have met my brothers and sisters from Sinoe County to the United States. Crayton Duncan was all over the place. And saying he's bringing 300 or total of 600 persons to the United States for job, visa, whatever you call it. The man lied to us. Right now, Crayton Duncan cannot say a word about it because we exposed him. We exposed Crayton Duncan. The man said he bringing our children to the United States. But then he going to Filipino embassy to go bring people to train people. I was like, we don't have United States embassy in Monrovia. Why the guy can go there? To go get people to train these children that you say they're coming to America. No, he went to Nigeria to Filipino embassy. He said that himself to go bring people to train. And so that was alarming to me. So I called the United States embassy. Excuse me. I called the one first near Washington. I called. I still got the audio. And the woman said, we don't know nothing about that. So Crayton Duncan was, right now, our children are in Oman. They are being used as slaves. So Crayton Duncan, you know, they consider us to be slaves now. So he wanted to send our children to another country using the name of the United States because he had taken money from the Filipino or whoever people he did contract with. He took money from people. And so they were fooling our children and said they're coming to America, then they carry them to another country. We expose them. So right now, Crayton Duncan does not talk about bringing children to America anymore. That is a lie. And that is what I'm saying. That is why we got the talking point today. We are exorcising the demon of mendacity in Duncan. When Crayton Duncan there, you see that the same lie that got our country to where it is right now. The American librarian called Charles Taylor, he put the indigenous people against each other. And that what got our country like that today. The same guy. And Crayton Duncan is now going around and trying to put our children against their own fathers and mothers and sisters. That's what Crayton Duncan is now doing in Sinoe County. And I will not be here for the man that looted my country, mine county, to come and tell us and demonize people when you get terrible record. For 130 years, Labrador, up to now, our country, everywhere in our country is supposed to be paved. You're supposed to get 24-hour electricity. A country that is 175 years, everything got to be running in that country. Ghana, then in less than 100 years, see how Ghana looks. Rwanda, see how she looks. But the oldest country in Africa, because of Crayton Duncan, they brought their plantation mindset. And they put our people in the plantation. The same thing they ran away from the West. They said the people made them into slaves. When they went back home, they did the same thing to our people. All right. That's what they did to our people. They turned our people into slaves. And Crayton Duncan now is going around trying to, he's telling me, Dr. Ayopode, even though it is not the job description of Honorable Zaza, it should have been Crayton Duncan people then who were the superintendent, development superintendent, different things, to have given us safe drinking water all over the place, to put pipes in all the villages and towns, all the huts in Sinoe County. But for 133 years, our charter 10 years, our education 12 years, Crayton Duncan couldn't do that. And Crayton Duncan said that Zaza is not giving water to our people to drink. But Crayton Duncan, what did you do for 133 years? What did you do for 10 years? What did you do for 12 years, sir? But you're saying Zaza did not give our people water, which is a bit loud. That's what I call mendacity. Mendacity is a big word for lie. So we are exorcising, we are getting rid of the lie, the demon of lie in Crayton Duncan. So let me read a little bit of Crayton Duncan legacy. All right? Let me read a little bit. Something Crayton Duncan did in my country, in my county. And somebody be over there, I see the young people there, they say they're campaigning for Crayton Duncan. You've been in the mayor office for almost 6 years, the man can't take you out of the country. He can't carry you. The other time DeLong came here. When DeLong came, you know what? DeLong brought one of your office staffers to see the word. But Crayton Duncan cannot send our children out of the country to go to get educated, to get an advanced degree. He put them in those schools where he can put his own children. And you want to be all over. So this is something I want to read. This is slavery in Sinoe County. Get a copy of Liberty Hijack again. All right? So you can see what Crayton Duncan did. Slavery in Sinoe. Let me read a little bit what the author said here. And the author is Honorable Kai Wule. Liberty Hijacked. You have to get a copy to educate yourself. Yeah, this is why he said in chapter 9. I'm not reading all of it. He said, Edwin Barclay. Who is that? That Crayton Duncan and people, right? Edwin Barclay resumes the presidency of Liberia at the height of the Fahnbulleh slavery. All right? Slavery, it should be slave trade. I think it's a typo here. Fahnbulleh slave trade. Trade scandal. One of the miserable centers of the forceful abduction. When you say abduction, right, you kidnapping people. One of the miserable centers of the forceful forcing the people. Forceful adoption of native boys. What are the native boys? That's how you put in it. That what you call the likes. Let me see the people that are following jelly. That the people there. Solo. Those are the people that our great-grandparents are carrying. Edwin Barclay resumes the presidency of Liberia at the height of the Fahnbulleh slave trade scandal. One of the miserable centers of the forceful abduction of native boys was in the southeastern county of Sinoe, a colony that the Mississippi Organization Society set up in West Africa. The settlement later joined the Commonwealth of Liberia and became a signatory to the Declaration of Independence of Liberia. The settler class imposed Crayton Duncan, right? The settler class imposed seminal oppression and inhumane. When something is inhumane, it's cruel, it's barbaric. Let me read that. The settler class imposed seminal oppression and inhumane conditions imposed on them in the United States. Okay, the same thing the people did to them in the United States when they were on the plantation, that is the same thing they did to our people. The settler class imposed seminal oppression and inhumane conditions imposed on them in the United States resurfaced during the rule in Liberia. The government's oppressive actions inflicted on the natives of Sinoe in the southeastern Liberia formed an essential component of the League of Nations report. All right, the man giving you reference. Why the League of Nations outlawed slavery? Listen, why the League of Nations outlawed slavery? The protest continued on the Edwin Barclay administration, Crayton Duncan administration. the continued slavery in Liberia, in Sinoe County. Listen to the one. It says Sammy Ross. You know who Sammy Ross is? We call him Samuel A. Ross. That sounds familiar to you? Samuel A. Ross is the one that they named the port of Greenville after. Samuel A. Ross. So it says here, Sammy Ross, an African-American ex-slave, that Crayton Duncan now, like Ali Yancey in Maryland County, Liberia, brutally and heartlessly kidnapped hundreds of young natives. Who are the natives? That is Solo, that is Jelly, that is Sayopode, that is Clark. Some of they change our name because they say our name not decent enough also. So before Crayton Duncan do you a favor, you got to change your name. All right? So I'll read that again. Samuel Ross, an African-American ex-slave like Ali Yancey in Maryland County, Liberia, brutally and heartlessly kidnapped hundreds of young natives for free labor on Spanish plantations. Okay? Crayton Duncan, like I said, I'm reading to you. For instance, in late 1928, Samuel Ross, along with several Liberian government officials with the help of the frontier force and armed messengers, violently captured and shipped hundreds of natives from Sinoe for free labor in Fernandipore. All right? This is the legacy. Get a copy and read this book to educate yourself. All right? Let me see. I want to read some part of it here quick before I go. Let's see something I want to read. This chapter is very interesting. It is very. So there's a letter in here. Let me read the letter, and then I'll go to something else. So there's a letter here that was sent. It's from, let's say, His Excellency the President Charles D.B. King. Each man is to take. Okay, let me just read it. Say, dear sir, you are, as a result of this order, to go ahead immediately with these soldiers upon the receipt of this letter, by the instruction of the Honorable Commissioner General John W. Cooper of the Liberian Hinterland, Republic of Liberia, down to Greenville, Sinoe, with as many men laborer as you can, not exceeding 250, deliver them to the Honorable Samuel A. Ross to be shipped to Fernandipore per orders of His Excellency the President C.D.B. King. Each man is to take with him one hamper of clean rice for the ration, and after the shipment, whatever is left, you are to sell it out and report the cash here at this office on your return to help pay off the staff. Okay? Fail not, observing the above, I remain yours faithfully, J.B. Waxon, District Commissioner. Okay? These are the things they used to do to our people. They sent it. Samuel A. Rosden, 250, not less than. So get your copy of Milton Teahjay. I'm just giving you a little bit of what Crayton Duncan did to us. All right? And when you elect Crayton Duncan for the second time, I don't know this time around, I don't know why you would not be protesting. You gave him 6 years and he can't do nothing for you. He can't show you anything. If the man wants to be development superintendent, maybe we'll point in that area. But he will not do it. The reason why Crayton Duncan is building, because he has nothing in the Capitol building that he can show us. So he said, in order for me to be elected, let me build some makeshift structures. So he building these things and he calling them, when you see what he called buster, that thing is messed. That goat can go in that thing. Now human beings are about to go in that thing. Crayton Duncan will pack our children in the bus, the sardines, because they don't care for us. They see us as slaves. They see us as slaves. So Crayton Duncan will do anything to our children. Yeah, I remember that. That's how he treats our children. The man who lives in the United States, he's a lawmaker. A lawmaker is supposed to be conscious of safety measures. The safety of the people is first. But no, it doesn't matter. These are indigenous sons and daughters. They can sit on the car hood, they can sit down anywhere. Crayton Duncan would not allow his child to get in the car without seatbelt. But no, you must say our children, they don't care. The men will treat her anyway. Anyway, anyhow, it feels like. All right? Because it mean nothing to them. So now let me play a little bit of the audio from Crayton Duncan one more time. All right? The audio from Crayton Duncan, I will move on to something else. We have to educate our people. Okay. All right. Thank you. This is a very, very important information. All right. Yeah, my sources are sending me some interesting. All right. Let me see. Let me get to the audio quickly. I think I got it. Yeah, let me share with you. Let me share. It's on my device here already. I think I made up. So let me share what Crayton Duncan. No, that's on the audio. Is the reply to the audio. I just want to get that to you quickly so you can hear Crayton Duncan telling lies to our people. Crayton Duncan lying. And you don't do that. Let me see.
The next person I'm looking at is Matthew Zaza. Matthew Zaza has been given the position of leadership as an elected official for 12 long years in our county. In those 12 years, there is not one pump that Matthew Zaza ever constructed in station number 3.
All right, so this is what that's the demon that Crayton Duncan is grappling with right there. It's the demon that is talking to him. I don't know, is the one that talking is the demon. For Crayton Duncan to say for 12 years on Zaza that has not built him on, that is a fat lie. You don't do that, sir. When we are watching, we, the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, we that are here and watching the very leaders, you can't go to our children and say this about their son, or the parents and say this about their son. So then it begs the question when Crayton Duncan say, assuming that that argument is valid, let's assume it's valid, right? It's an assumption. For 12 years, Zaza did not build him pump. Okay, Crayton Duncan, what did you do for 12 years on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? You had the treasury, you have the bank of the country. Why didn't you build hand pumps in the country all over the place? Okay, the 10 years on the Taylor, you had a bank with you too. Why you didn't build hand pump for us, Crayton Duncan? Why you didn't tell Charles Taylor? Why you didn't tell Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? At least you were old enough those times. Why? Okay, why your forefather for 133 years, they couldn't build hand pump for Crayton Duncan? Why? What did we do wrong? It's a bad thing for us for you to suppress us, and you have our land, and you have our seaport named after you, even though you're making us into slaves. Why you couldn't give us the basic, the bare minimum for 133 years, Crayton Duncan? Yeah, listen to him.
I went to his hometown where he was born. I gave up. What I'm trying to tell you, I'm being real, and I want you to follow me and investigate what I'm telling you. How can you give a man 12 years to lead your people, and he neglect his own people?
Crayton Duncan, why is it, the question we should also ask is, why is it that we gave you 133 whopping years and you neglected us? I know why. You know why? Because we are not his people. Okay? That's why Crayton Duncan neglected us for 130 years. Crayton Duncan, why is it that we gave you the Bank of the Republic of Liberia for 10 years on a child sitter, and you neglected us? What did we do? Was it wrong for us to say, you kill my power, you kill my mom, I will vote for you, give you power? You couldn't give her water, Crayton Duncan? Which I think was a stupid song to sing. Somebody murder your father and your mother and you say, I will still vote for you. And that's the kind of ridiculous protest votes we can be putting out there. Somebody, how can you sing, you kill my father, you kill my mother, I will vote for you? And the man took your bank and carried it to his house. He couldn't get you drinking water. And Crayton Duncan is coming on and he running campaign. He said somebody did not get water for 12 years. Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the entire world, they pump billions of dollars into Liberia. Crayton Duncan could not put water in our various towns and villages. He couldn't tell Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crayton Duncan was at the bank. He even looted from the bank. Mel Jones right now can't speak to him. Or he can't speak to Mel Jones because he looted the bank. Crayton Duncan can I still give her water. But he going around and blaming people that did not steal money from the bank. Crayton Duncan, you have to run on your legacy. Stop running demonetization campaign. You will not survive on this one. You will not survive. The tactic you play when you're broadcast settle, you put the gear against the crown, and the people, brothers and sisters, they kill each other. You are not going to bring this thing to me this time around. Our eyes are open. We are not, the smear campaign will not work. You will tell us what you did in the Liberian House of Representatives for 6 years. That's how we will judge you. And I go run smear campaign? No. Is that a way to go, brother?
Want to lead the entire county. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
We gave Crayton Duncan 6 years in the Senate or in the House of Representatives. And he cannot give out one bill, but he wants to be the representative of the senator of the entire county. How possible is that? In the lower house, you can't show us one bill. But then the man says he wants to be the leader for the entire county. Come on, dude. This is not logical. Show us. The people of Sinoe County, what's the bill that you sponsor to create jobs in our country? Nothing. What is the bill for universal health care in the country? Nothing. Crayton Duncan will get in the car and come to the US and go to any country to get medical evaluation because his children are not in the country. They can get medical attention anytime they want. Okay? So Crayton Duncan running smear campaign. And this is not going to work. The children of Sinoe County, the mothers of Sinoe County, the fathers of Sinoe County, I will beg you, don't sing that song in a different way. You kill my pa, you kill my mom, I will vote for you. Crayton Duncan, then they kill your pa and your mom. They made them into slaves. They made them into sex slaves and different laborers. And they can't even give you water. And you want to vote for Crayton Duncan? Crayton Duncan, your children are in Crayton Duncan office. He can't send one of them out of the country to go get advanced education. He can't even bring them one day for them to come see how America looks, how Dubai looks. No, he will not do it. But he goes around and he said he's running campaign. Don't let this American Liberian guy to put you against your own children. You took your son out, Honorable Jefferson Kamau, and that man cannot do nothing for you. He can. Your children have been raped in the country. Hey, buddy, Teahjay, they were buddy before. When Teahjay sponsored that bill, he was pressing Teahjay. He didn't say, no, this bill is prosperous. No, he didn't say that. They were in bed. When Teahjay denied our people jobs in Sinoe County, Crayton Duncan and Teahjay, they were in bed. He said, that's okay. Is that what you want? Is that the man time for a campaign, election time, in building all the makeshift structures all over the place just so he can buy your votes? Is that what you want? You have to think. Don't let the Charles Taylor brother to fool you again. They have been fooling you. Charter don't fool you. Ellen Johnson said he fool you. Crayton Duncan fool you the first time you vote for him. Go vote for him for the second time. You'll see what will happen. Crayton Duncan just sit in the country right now. He said you are bringing your children to America. And right now, that program has been abandoned because he lied to you. So Crayton Duncan said, Zaza has not built one hair pump. No hair pump anywhere in literature number 3, which is not true. Let me play that and then let me refute that quickly. And then I will go to the next thing here before I get caught up with time. All right. Let me see. Before I even go to that, let me share this with you. Now, Crayton Duncan, a man that he says he's a good man. Let me bring that picture down so I can read the article to you, a short article from Front Page Africa. What they say about Crayton Duncan, the men are going around and say people, the other person bad. Jesus Christ. He doing Jesus Christ. What did you do for? This is Crayton Duncan record. Now I'm a record. I'm going to read it now. This is the man that say he loves us. And I'll tell you, Crayton Duncan doesn't care for you. You don't want to listen. Lawmaker or Liberia, lawmaker accused of bad labor practice. That Crayton Duncan they're talking about. Not Dax Ayopode. Not Mafi Zaza. All right. It's Crayton Duncan. Lawmaker accused of bad labor practice. What did he do? Y'all come here. Moreover, former and current employees of GEMCO, I will call it, don't call it for sure, GEMCO are accusing their boss, Representative Crayton Duncan. All right? They're accusing you, the people that work for him. Former and current employees of GEMCO are accusing their boss, Representative Crayton Duncan, UP District Number 1, Sinoe County, of bad practice or bad labor practice for allegedly refusing to pay them their arrears. The man owe the people, he doesn't want to pay them. You know what? It's a slave mentality. The slave master. You don't tell me anything. I will do whatever I want. I will do whatever I want to do. That Crayton Duncan. So this is what Crayton Duncan, they wrote about him. Representative Duncan, who chairs the House's Labor Committee, is also accused of wrongful dismissal of employees as well as underpaying skilled employees. The people that got skilled are educated. The men underpaying them and he dismissing them as well. He went on, the article said, in response to the allegations, Duncan described the aggrieved employees as thieves and crooks. All right. These native boys and girls that work for Crayton Duncan. This is how Crayton Duncan called them. He calls them thieves, they are rogues, and he called them crooks for merely asking him for their pay, their arrears, the money he owes them. Crayton Duncan calling our children their names. That's the man you want to make your representative? Instead of answering correctly, the man said, in response to the allegations, instead of debunking them, he started calling names. Duncan described the aggrieved employees as thieves and crooks. He vowed not to pay them. The man said, I'm not going to pay you no matter what. I don't care what you do. You are my slaves, and I'm not going to pay you, even though you work for me. The Sinoe County lawmaker, though admitted owing some of the aggrieved employees, however, stated that a number of persons who are claiming that he owes them was unrealistic. Okay, how many of them you owe them? Crayton Duncan said the number is unrealistic. Listen to what he said. It's a quote from Crayton Duncan now. Crayton Duncan speaking. My wife is the managing director of the company and has managed the company for 4 years. She left on maternity leave and left the company with someone to run, but things got bad. And so we had some financial issues. Okay. That is irrelevant to the children pay. Whatever your company going through, we got nothing to do with that. They want to pay, so all that thing you explain now is on your own. Crayton Duncan said, I saw a list of 30 persons. 10 of them are thieves and 20 are crooks. Now, how Crayton Duncan addresses the indigenous sons and daughters of Liberia because they consider us to be slaves for them. All right. So Crayton Duncan said 10 of those children, they are thieves, they are rogues, and 20 are crooks. If you calculate their benefits, it sums to about 20,000, but I will not pay a dime to anyone. Now, Crayton Duncan talking. Now, the man who wants your vote, for you to vote for him as senator, the man who did nothing as representative, but he wants your vote as senator. But he's telling you he owes people and he's not going to pay a dime to them. He wanted to say, no rogue. That Crayton Duncan, he continues. They're quoting him. Crayton Duncan said, no rogue will come and pay him or her. No rogue will come and pay him or her. Now, our children, the man calling rogues. He calling them thieves. He calling them crooks. The indigenous sons and daughters. These are not American Liberian children. Okay? No. Crayton Duncan cannot do this to the American Liberians, even though he duped Mayo Jones. All right? So according to my wife, that Crayton Duncan talking to you, she owes 15 persons. The man met out. His wife told him he owes 15 persons. If Crayton Duncan went on, he admitted that, right? If they want me to pay or want me pay or pay them, it has to involve the labor ministry. Crayton Duncan said, my wife told me I owe 15, she owes 15 employees. But before I pay them, the Ministry of Justice will get involved. Why? Why? So he went on to say, no role will come, I pay them. If they are honest, I can pay them from my pocket. But Crayton Duncan, you just told us that your wife said you owe 15 of those children, of those employees. So why you don't want to pay them? Why are you calling their names? That Crayton Duncan, that the men are seeking your vote. That the men record a radio. Your go people of Sinoe County, you suppress me, you don't suppress me, I will vote for you. You kill my pa, you kill my mom, I will vote for you. Y'all go for Crayton Duncan. What are you doing to you right now? You getting 6 years, he can't give you one bill to send your children to school. And the man is cussing your people out and insulting us. According to Christopher Dumpo, one of the aggrieved workers, he has been with the company since 2016 as a graphic designer. Okay, the man has skilled employee, the man is educated. According to him, he has not been paid for the last 4 months. Crayton Duncan said, I'll get time, you are a slave for me. I'm not going to pay you. Crayton Duncan was in America, they can't pay him. They want to not pay Crayton Duncan for 2 weeks. It would not be trouble and you'll be in court. But Crayton Duncan can go back and not pay somebody for 4 whopping months. And he calling them rogues and thieves and crooks. And he admitting that, oh yeah, my wife say, oh, I owe 15%, but I will not pay them. They must call the labor ministry before I pay. Why? That's how they treat our people. This is the man I want to be your lawmaker. According to him, he has not been paid for the last 4 months. Crayton Duncan has promised on many occasions to address our salary issues and has done nothing. Okay? Every time we request for our pay, he threatens us and says to us, take me anywhere. That's the man that wants to be your lawmaker. That's how he treats the people that he wants to lead. Duncan and his wife are bad employers. That's what Dumpon said. That's how you describe them. Speaking to Front Page Africa, Dumpon further stated that Duncan has transferred ownership of the company to former General Minister Julia Duncan, a family member, right? Duncan Cassell, who, according to him, has promised to pay them, but on condition that it will be part of the terms of the agreement between she and Duncan. Okay, so she and Duncan got to agree before. When Duncan does not agree, they will not pay the children. That's how Crayton Duncan is treating us. Like Dumpon Samuel Nole to enter the company in 2016 as a tailor. He alleged that he was downsized. I mean, they got rid of him after working 7 months without pay. Imagine, 7 months. And was promised that his salary will be paid to him, but nothing concrete has been done about it. During the 2017 campaign, he told Crayton Duncan now, he told us that the company was broke because of his expenses. Okay, Crayton Duncan was going around spending money all over the place just so he can become representative. He buy votes. He bought the votes of our people and could not handle the wage bill, and who called us back after the elections. Since then, we haven't been called and haven't received any salaries for the months we work for. Knowledge said. In a similar situation in Burton Guanu, who alleged that they owe him her 4 months too in arrears. That Crayton Duncan here. This is the man that going around and trying to and demonizing people and demonizing Honorable Zaza. Honorable Zaza who has something on the ground that you can see. But this is the man. I'm not making anything. Crayton Duncan here story. I'm telling you, you go vote for the man. Now let's go to the handpon allegation he made, which is not true. Let me show you handpon as Zaza bill or the refurbishing some of the things bill. Crayton Duncan didn't do it for 130 years. They couldn't build handpon for our people. All right. Why is the woman thanking Zaza? It's because Zaza carry water to them. Something that Crayton Duncan cannot do, they couldn't do in 133 years or in 10 years or 12 years on early Johnson Sally. The woman is thanking Zaza for bringing water to them, building pump. When they say dead judge, it means good thing. The man did good thing, fantastic, excellent thing for us. All right, that's what she's saying. Okay, you hearing her? Okay. The people used to go on the farm, they used to go in the forest to fetch water. But because of what Mr. Zaza did, building pump, they don't have to go in the forest again to fetch water. When they say I'm on by in Sarpo, you know what I mean? That the man we carry now, the American Liberian guy who could not build pump for 130 years, or in modern time for 10 years, or modern time for 12 years. No. The people say the house son that built what that brought water to us. That the man we carry. Let me see. Let me bring.
Research. So the next person I'm looking at is Matthew Zaza. Matthew Zaza has been given the position of leadership as an elected official for 12 long years in our county. In those 12 years, there is not one pump that Matthew Zaza ever constructed in District Number 3.
Okay, so now I'll show you the pump, right? Let me bring the pump to you. Let me get it other pump for you. Okay, so that instead of one, Mr. Zaza did not build one hand pump. I can show you multiple of them. All right. But for time constraint right now, let me go to the next thing, okay? For time factor right now. So let me stop that screen sharing. And let me go to something else. So that's not true. Mr. Zaza built several hand pumps. And I just give you one example, right? I can show you, I show some of them to you the first show, but I go to the next thing. So this guy, the Crayton Duncan guy, is not an honest guy. All right? He just goes around and lie. And so we just debunked the guy. Mr. Zaza built pumps, hand pumps all over the place. Not only hand pumps. This is what, besides hand pumps, right? This is Mr. Zaza. Anyway, if you don't know him, that's the lawmaker that the man is attacking right now. All right. Crayton Duncan, for 130 years or 133 years, they couldn't build one hand pump. They couldn't build get towers for people to get communication serving. When Mr. Zaza became lawmaker, this is the letter he wrote to get our people access to telecommunication service. I read to present my compliments and wish to invite you to a conference at my office located on the ground floor of the Capitol building. Room number 13 or 37 on Wednesday, September 19, 2012, that when he first got elected, right, at 12 p.m. The meeting is predicated upon the desire of the citizens in electoral district number 3, Sanquin, Teahjay 1, and Johnson statutory districts, Sinoe County, to have your services extended in the district. Your presence at this meeting is highly solicited. Matthew Zaza, you see a signature over there. As a result, these towers were built in Sinoe County, something that Crayton Duncan couldn't do for 133 years, in 10 years, in 12 years. All right? On top of that, Mr. Zaza is giving children scholarship, sending some out of the country. Crayton Duncan cannot do that. Mr. Zaza builds schools. Here's one of the schools he is inspecting here. Crayton Duncan is going. The man who is building schools and sending children to school, that the man will not be pump, and Crayton Duncan running that cheap campaign. Here's one of the schools that the man built. Yes, one of the projects, the people in Pine Town, they said they wanted a town hall and build that. I mean, I can go on and on. Who killed this bill? It's Mr. Zaza. When Teahjay sponsored the rape bill, Duncan was out of the country. He's all over the place. He going to have party. He was in bed with Teahjay at the time. Okay? And so Teahjay copied his style, what they were doing to our people before. They got to carry lapa over their head. They got to carry them on their shoulder. And these are things that Teahjay copied from them. Teahjay taking people's car. Crayton Duncan has not spoken against this. It's okay. That's what they did to our people. All right? Let me show you. Let me show you more. This is the handwork of Mr. Zaza. Corruption is killing our people. It's Mr. Zaza that brought Teahjay to book. When Teahjay was running campaign, Crayton Duncan was part of the campaign as well. Booker District Resource Officers. When you read the article, you will see your name there. People should not get jobs. Crayton Duncan now was running the campaign. Him, and then the late language law, they were with Teahjay Order, and then they were family, they were one big family at a time. They're running the propaganda for people now to get jobs in Sinoe County, but he wants to be the leader for all the people now, the people that he deprived jobs. Crayton Duncan, as we speak right now, the man is a big liar. When he came to USA Convention 2019, the man said, I will get $6,000. Up to now, the man can't get the money. But he calling people liars. He goes around and put people down. Up to now, Crayton Duncan, I think on his spy, he get $1,000. He say, I'll send it. Send 2019 up to now. Crayton Duncan can send the balance to us. We will call him. Yeah, pick up a phone. All right, that's a man. So y'all go vote for that man. Y'all go vote for Crayton Duncan. Let me go to the next thing I want to talk about on the show. Y'all go vote for the man. Y'all keep giving yourself protest votes. And you say you're vexed. You vexed and you go harm yourself. What kind of nonsense is that? You know the record of these people and you say, oh, you know what? They finished. It finished? You say it finished? 1945. When Hitler killed those Jews, right? Up to now, they forget it? No. The people, they still got that thing. Then somebody kill your people and they say, you kill my father, you kill my mom, I'll vote for you. And the man is telling you and demonizing your own people, and you're taking it still. Y'all go sit down, Crayton Duncan talking no nonsense, you're war in front of him. The question you got to ask Crayton Duncan, what have you done as a lawmaker for the past 6 years? Let him explain to you. He will tell you, say, I've been traveling from Abuja to Tokyo, to Dubai, to New York. That the only thing he will tell you. Nothing else. All the trips, what has he brought home? Nothing. He brought a company over there, and they're taking our logs, and he got 60% of the company, whatever they're taking, the logs they're taking over there. He say he owns Diamond Creek, he owns Gold Creek, all those things. So y'all listen to Crayton Duncan. Let me go to the next thing. So let's look at the progressive. Mullar Pantoe reflects on President Myers. And this is a wonderful reflection here that I must read. All right? You see, if you don't know Mullar Pantoe, this is the guy right here. Well-educated guy, quite experienced, knowledgeable. I mean, when you talk about the struggle in our country, the guy was a student or disciple of the great Bioma Fahnbulleh, Dr. Bioma Fahnbulleh. Is a mentee of Dr. Fahnbulleh. And those two guys, they understand the struggle of the people. They understand the plight of our people. They know when something is right. When somebody is in the interest of the people, they know because they went through the struggle. They know what it looks like when you have a class system. They know when you have hate in society, they know because the guy has been battle tested. So Mullar Pantoe wrote a brilliant piece. She was called PN to President Myers, praising President Myers for the wonderful job. Give us, I think I should call it an excerpt to the memoir that is coming. All right. The man is trying to write a book, so he gave her a little taste of that book. The first chapter 1. He gave her a little bit of that book for the national president. No, this leadership, you can't force it. You can't force to be what you are not. Truth is always true, no matter what you do to suppress it. People will see it, at least those that get sense, those that can reason. So when you look at our community, all the intellectuals and the non-intellectuals, they are all on the side of Francess Clarke Myers, besides few elements that are on hate, that just hate. They are literally misogynists. They don't like women. All right? They don't like women to be in power because the mindset is women should not be in power. They should be in the kitchen. Hey, baby. How are you? Okay. All right. So women should be relegated to the kitchen. So anytime a woman comes to leadership, they get all type of things. The conflict that is going on in the union right now, when I'm talking about men, the president on the side, the people on the outside will listen. So when you listen to Madam Kamala Ross, for example, we get $90,000, we'll hold it, and when the people come together, we elect new leader, and then we can get the money. So you can see the hate is palpable in their speeches. Okay? So Mullar Pantoe, he lives in Minnesota. All the level-headed people in Minnesota, they are now with those people there. All those level-headed people. When they say the Sarpo people, they are both people, or they need people to represent the Sarpo people, you're talking about Mullar Pantoe then. You're talking about Jane City then. You're talking about Botos. Those are the people then. Zaza then. Those great people. Amos Sua. Like John Blah. Those great people. They're not going to call Sister October. No. They're not going to call Lisa Fale. No way. Not on earth. When you're talking about representative, they're not even going to call the man they call their president Greene Geleo. Nobody knows Greene Geleo. The people that our community looks up to, those are the people that guys will be cussing 24 hours. When you're talking about people to represent the Sarpo people, we're talking about Francess Clarke Myers. Then are the people that they're talking about. They're not talking about Sennay. They're not going to be talking about Darius Dillion that will go take money, $90,000 from the account. No, we don't call thieves to represent us. We don't call Slabe Sennay that will read their own document and they will not obey it. No, we don't call those kind of people. We call Mullar Pantoe to put things in context for us. That the people that we call. We don't call people who will tell me, oh, I will support my family. Even my family is wrong. That my family I will support. No. People that believe in equity, justice, I should call them egalitarian. Like Mullar Pantoe. They speak the truth, whether you like it or not. And so the book that the brother is writing, he's writing right now, he gave us the first, a tip of the iceberg. He's writing a book on President Francess Clarke Myers. So let me share a little bit of that document. I've been reading it over and over. I say, at least we have somebody in our community who is thinking. Or we have people in our community that are thinking. And there are people that will desecrate our norms and traditions and culture. They will be fixated on the Crayton Duncan philosophy woman that she's supposed to be in the kitchen. Yeah, that's how they treat women. But let me go to the great piece written by a great thinker, Mullar Pantoe. And we are seeing the maggots in our community. You know, the maggots, when they just come, when somebody dies, then they come and just all over the place, right? You see, you can be respected when somebody writes a piece, right? The way I did to say the business. I didn't call the business my and pa. I went line by line, all that mama jumbo and that hot topsy toffee that he wrote, and I put it upside down, point by point. Lisa Fowler, instead of confronting the potent argument or the laudation the man wrote, the PN to President Myers. No, Lisa Fowler started cussing the man pa, and cussing the man ma, and cussing the man great grandpa, the same way she called our elder in the community, Honorable John Black. So we are not surprised in the least when the lady is insulting Mullar Pantoe, when she can insult Honorable John Black, my mother, and all the great people that we look up to in our community. So I'm not surprised. I'm not flabbergasted. Now Lisa Fowler, because she's a bundle of insults, because she brings nothing to the table. So Lisa Fowler will curse. So this is what Mullar Pantoe wrote. Brilliant piece. If you are not ready, I will share with you. I know some of we are illiterate. You know what? I'm not saying illiterate. A, the letter A. When you are illiterate, you can read and write, but you don't want to read. You don't like to read and write. That's what they call illiterate. All right, let me get to the wonderful piece from the great man. Let's see what I got. A lot of things popping on my screen here, so I gotta delete some of these things, and they're all over the place. All right, so this is the piece from Mullar. Mullar wrote a wonderful piece. Let me zoom it up for you. I will come on the other side and take a look. We got to read it. It's a wonderful piece, brilliant piece, scholarly piece the man wrote. All right. Here's what Mullar said. This piece is a masterpiece. So it was written September the 22nd at 8:26 p.m. All right. Mullar Pantoe, right? You see right there? He said, African tradition that has placed women down the pecking order. Okay? When you say the African tradition, right? Our tradition, it has when they say pecking order, you say you have a hierarchy, right? And you got the one at the top, the one in the middle, and the other people way at the bottom. So the tradition, the African tradition is such that women are placed at the lower strata of society. Right? So you say the African tradition that has placed women down the pecking order. At the first line in that piece. And he went on to say, the presumption was, and still is, that's the assumption that the presumption, that the mindset that people have. The presumption was, and still is, women are only important when men need them. Example, in the kitchen to go cook. In bed when you want to copulate. That's what they go for. That's how the society saw women at the time. And that's why the first two lines in the piece, I just want to close it and go to bed. Because I have somebody that making sense. And these are the things women fighting in our community. Don't use gender, don't use because of somebody's biological construct to talk down to the person, to relegate the person to say, oh, this is where you belong. Let's see what the person can produce intellectually, mentally, what the person can produce. You put your brains together and see who will produce something better. So Mona said, unfortunately, we, the men, don't find women important in particular aspects of our lives. For example, we don't see them as important in decision making and in leadership. And that's why we are right now in our community. You have a bunch of men, and it is unfathomable to them to see a woman as the president of the community. The woman challenged you, and you say you can beat a woman. You say, in heaven, on earth, on the ground, you can beat the woman. The woman say, okay. Time for election, you say you're not going. But then you don't want to see the woman in power. And that's the mindset that likes of Greene Geleo, Andrew Sua, the Jabasone, the Samuel Shegbe, the Slabe Sennay. Francess should not be the president because woman can't leave me. What kind of nonsense is that? You are in the 21st century and preaching those kind of thing. You want to be a leader, go to the ballot box. Go and convince the people why they should elect you. But you're afraid of the woman. You're afraid. And so the Muna went on. Therefore, they are left out when critical decisions are made. Some of us don't support or allow our spouses to acquire quality education because we don't want them to measure arms with us, even though education is vital. Yes. No, some people are intimidated when a woman knows book. Oh, they're scared. They don't want a woman to know book. No, education is a universal right for everybody. All right. So Muna went on to say, I can go on and name the disenfranchisement that women in general are faced with, and the list will remain endless. I'm a man too, of course. He identifies and says, I'm a man. The intent here is not to arm women against men. No, he's not putting men or women against men. No, he's not giving them that ammunition. Oh, you're putting men down. No, it's not the purpose here. The intent here is to shift the negative mentality. To shift the negative mentality of Greene Cole Geleo, or Slabe Sennay, or Jabba Swain, or Boy Seon, that the woman cannot be my leader, no matter what, whether she qualifies or not. No. You want to shift that negative mentality of men against women. We can have a paradigm shift. Yeah, we need that. We need a radical paradigm shift in our community and in our country as a whole. So Muna went on to say, we can see our women beyond the mere details of housekeeping. Yeah, we got to go beyond that. They can be managers, they can be directors, they can be scientists, they can be lawyers, they can be president. Any position a man can hold, a woman can hold it too. Can we include women in decision making, in leadership? Of course, yes. Can we put them at the forefront and celebrate them? Of course we got to do that. And that's what I hear President Myers, and that's what I hear College up with the Foley. I can go on and on. We can speak highly of them when they are doing good. Of course, that's why I speak highly of Biliboree. You know, these are great women. We are genuinely proud of them. The man that says somewhat or lukewarmly, he said, genuinely proud of them. And so am I. I don't know what I get different word to describe genuine, authentically proud. I mean, what's the other word? Somebody help me out here with a better word. Even the genuine is an excellent choice of word too. We are genuinely proud of them, not only being our partners, but as our leaders. Yes, they can be our leaders too. Let respect them. If the responses are not in the affirmative, the question he asked just now, when the answer to the question, they are not positive, they are not yes, then it is not too late to make honest and intentional modifications in how we perceive them. All right? It is about time we change our opinions about women, and it allow us, and let's allow them, sorry guys, it is about time we change our opinions about women, and let's allow them to grow with us and potentialize their dreams. Oh yes, I can read the piece over and over. The people, we got to support them, we got to work synergistically so that everybody can grow together. Because when the women, when they grow, when they are doing good, society grows. Because they are the mothers, and mothers are natural. They care. I recently crossed path. The man giving the foundation and number. You come in. Listen, don't please share this. The article is wonderful. I recently crossed paths with a formidable woman. Formidable, powerful, redoubtable, unchallengeable, immutable, lovable, caring. I am not only proud of this woman, but beginning to admire the dreams and hopes she carries in her heart for suffering humanity. She came to the leadership with a passionate perspectives, okay? Passionate. She loves her people. With these words, I express my profound, deep respect. Profound. I express profound respect and gratitude. Thank you to a woman or to a human wonder. To a human wonder. A beautiful soul who has demonstrated the aestheticism. Aestheticism. Beauty. That aesthetic look, that portraitudinal look of that woman. The aesthetic, okay, aesthetics, it's aesthetic of what is beautiful and what is ugly, okay. So the man is saying, I'll read that sentence again. With these words, I express my profound respect and gratitude to a human wonder, a beautiful soul who has demonstrated the aestheticism of life in all its facets, in all aspects, in all its perspective dimensions. The woman is represented. The beauty, it radiates everywhere. For me, she is everything that deserves to be celebrated. Who is he talking to? President Myers. Pantoe went on to say, greater patriotisms. All right? Patriotism. So when we say patriotism, the love for a nation, love for your people, love for your country, not jingoism. There's a difference between jingoism and patriotism. A jingoist, somebody who believes in jingoism, is an extreme nationalist. All right? But a patriot is the one that actually genuinely loves the country. So someone will put out and say, you know what? Obama is not an American, and so he must lead the play. They are jingoists. They are not patriots. You know. So greater patriotism has, I think it's a typo over there, and the S is not supposed to be there. Greater patriotism has no human personification. They're a woman who sacrificed her life for people and the community. Greater honors and rewards hung over a dynamic and selfless woman whose goal in life is the community and the advancement of the interests of others. The early life of Francess Clarke Myers, or Francess Sennay Clarke, okay? The man gave the real name. Francess, the early life of Francess Sennay Clarke and where she comes from. All right? Let's see where she comes from. She was born into the union of Mr. John Clarke and Mistress Orita Slabe Clarke in Monrovia. Both parents came from the southeast, but from separate counties. The late Johnny Clarke, her father, comes from Joazon, Biliboree, the headquarters of Electoral District Number 3, Sinoe County. It is a town full of life and situated along the Sinoe Highway. Biliboree, as it is called, is approximately about 20 miles away from the banks of the Sinoe River. He went on to say, the mother, Mistress Orita Slabe Clarke, is from Zoedru, Grand Jeddah County, which is located north of Sinoe. Mona went on to say, she was born as a great child and named after her father's late mother called Samle. In the African culture, there is a concept that whenever a child is born, the child must be loved, cared for, and brought up uprightly to ensure society functions properly. It is also obvious that a child be given a traditional name by the parents as a result of certain attributes and characteristics exhibited by the newly born baby. When she was born, she exhibited attributes similar to her father, late mother who passed away long ago. And so they have decided to name her after her late grandma. She was born as a great child, a child who beats tremendous odds just to survive. But she didn't simply survive. She excels through the application of inner strength and spirit. Mona wrote a brilliant piece here. Listen, as she fights for survival, she dares to dream and aim high. She puts her faith in God. All right, all I want power will come in me power now. Anyway, she put her faith in God. Her faith will be in the ancestors. When you're talking about the tradition, right? Then it should be in the ancestors, the elders. Her faith in God and practices what she believes. She lives simply and just with honesty. All right? Honesty. She cheats no one and holds no malice against others. No matter the case, she willingly shares whatever she has, no matter how little, denying herself basic pleasures, exemplifying the notion of gratification. All right? Mullar Pantoe went on. Francess Clarke became the poster child of honesty, simplicity, hard work. She goes from one incredible opportunity to another as a child. Growing up, she came to the realization that only an enlightened men and women can fully participate in the development of society. At a tender age, she went to Sinoe in pursuit of education to refine her understanding of society and its people. Her parents raised a humble daughter who was always ready to face the turnabout of academia and battle cultural odds in a country divided into classes and struggles. Mona went on. It's a wonderful piece there. Wow. I wish I could write this. She received her secondary education from Sinoe Multlateral High School in 1989. This was on the heels of the fratricide, matricide, patricide, and you can filocide, you can go on and on. So when you say fratricide is a brother and sibling killing each other, sister and brother and they killing each other, brother killing each other. This was on the heels of the fratricide civil conflict in Liberia. Following the outbreak of the Civil War, or uncivil war, Sennay left the motherland to seek refuge in Sierra Leone, Waterloo. Waterloo is a city in the western area of Sierra Leone and is located about 20 miles east of Freetown. After a reasonable time in Sierra Leone, Francess Clarke returned to Liberia to join forces with her family members and friends with the view that the resolution to the Liberian crisis must begin with the Liberian people and their own efforts. Okay? The Liberian people, upon arrival in Monrovia, she played and fortunately won the diversity visa, a DV, left Liberia in 1998 and came to the United States to join her oldest brother in the state of Indiana. The leadership role of Francess Clarke Myers. Okay, let's talk. So how she came to the UN, give you a little background, right? Where the struggle she went through, her education, right? So now, the leadership role of Francess Clarke Myers, or Sennay Clarke. In the state of Indiana, she was one of the founding members of Liberian Association in Indiana, LAR, and chairperson Recruitment and Mobilization Committee. However, she later on moved to Philadelphia to settle there. She became an active member of the United Sarpo Association Delaware Chapter. A year later, she was elected president of the Delaware Chapter, USA, and hosted one of the successful conventions in Philadelphia 2018. Okay? This is a fact. Nobody can, both men will call this indubitable. You can't challenge this. It's fact. At that convention, and through the ingenuity of Francess Clarke and members, the organization was able to raise up to $75,000 United States dollars We gave it to Greene Cole Geleo and Greene ate the money. Okay, that's how that it helped. She was giving the union. Nobody can beat the record. Nobody. At least so far, nobody has beaten the record, I should say. In 2021, at the convention in Florida, Francess Clarke was elected as national president of the United Sarpo Association in Americas. I wish to make special reference to the remarkable performance of President of Francess Clarke, who after a year in office has convinced us beyond all reasonable doubts that our choice was a good one. Yes. Okay, we didn't make a mistake. I would like to ask her to continue to discharge her duty with courage and conviction of a noble conscience. Her first convention in North Dakota 2022 was not only effectively organized, but was amazing, colorful, and fully attended. Attended here is an understatement. That's true. The convention also dealt with the problems and weaknesses of the organization and the way forward. I must pay homage to this noble president of integrity, devotion, and tolerance. Her leadership and the progress made thus far will live on in the minds of not only those here in the United States, but also those of our people back home. She came to us as a woman of peace and respect for all. Francess, you are a woman of endless grace whose warmth cuts beyond borders and doesn't discriminate. You are a leader of men and women, a fusion of the best and the brightest, a great and noble African personality, humble servant of your people and community. Mona went on, Madam President, let your light shine before men and women so that they may see your good works and glorify your stewardship. Okay? She recently graduated from the prestigious Cornell Mercer University with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, BSN, a feat she accomplished with style, grace, and utmost dignity. Finally, as we continue to extol praise, okay, as we continue to extol people who lead community in a positive direction through leadership, service, and dedication to task, Madam President, you will be seated among history's great human forces who prioritize the collective over the self, of forces that unleash their talents on society and mobilize social forces to ignite transformation for the sake of a better world. People like us and everyone who believes in your visionary leadership, caring love, and soft heart will always honor and praise you for demonstrating what is possible. When one serves and uses the framework of servant-style leadership to leave an indelible mark on the sands of time. Not only is our president a bold leader, but she also symbolizes the best in all of us, and is thus a bright example of decency, courage, and resiliency. Bravo, Francess Clarke. Long live the USAA. This is the fantastic piece that was written by the great progressive, Mullar Pantoe. I love that piece. That's what we need. When somebody does something right, let's give that pat on the back, whether that man or woman, whether that girl or boy. Let's do that. Let us not use envy to discredit people that are sacrificing for the community. Where are certain people, when you give in that very task, they will blunder. They will not do anything, but they sit on the side and gossip and criticize and do all these different things. So, Mr. Pantoe, Mullar, want to say thank you so much for the brilliant piece. I love it. I can't wait to get a whole book. I can't wait. Congratulations. And Madam President, continue to do what you are doing for the community. Don't give up. Don't like those trivial forces and those haters, unnecessary hating that you're doing, don't waste your time on that. Focus on that which is right. Do that which is right for your community. All right, let me see here. Let me see some of the comments that are coming in here. Let me see someone review some. Please post your phone number. Oh, guys, sorry, you can call me through Messenger right now. Can anyone prove me wrong about Crayton Duncan on this podcast? I thought Crayton Duncan was read by the Congo people in Liberia before. I don't think he is a Congo man or a American Liberian. Speak, Baku. I'm following closely from my local town resident, Monrovia. Thank you. I'm following from my Daybreak Mouth Open community here in Monrovia, Liberia. Thank you. Daxa, you put esoteric. Why you don't explain? I don't know what you were talking about, brother. You have to elaborate better. We promote leadership that caters to the needs of our people, and especially, okay, I think I read a comment area from Mr. Mandibu. All right, guys, let me go to the next thing that I want to talk about on the show today. As we wind down, all right, let's do a quick. This is the voice of Sinoe, of course. So I'd like to give you some of the things that are happening in your county, some of the what your leaders are doing. So Senator Milton Teahjay and Senator Darius Dillion, they got in a verbal brawl. Okay, they were in a verbal clash at the Capitol building. So we are following these things. We have to give it to you so that you can see that your Senator Milton Teahjay is not in the Capitol building to cater to the needs of our people. He is only there to engage into noise, to embarrass our county 24/7. He is there forcing with people that are bringing ideas to make things better. Teahjay were on Taylor. They did nothing to improve the condition of our people. Dillion is bringing ideas. Milton Teahjay been over there for 9 years. The only bill he could sponsor that rape bill. All right? But he is over there and attacking people 24/7. And we have to make the correction 2023. Let me play the quick video so you can see the embarrassment your senator is on in the Capitol building. He's not doing anything productive. He's not doing anything productive over there, just fighting and just making unnecessary noise. Listen to Milton Teahjay. All these different things and you're coming. All right, let's play a little video here from your lawmaker, Milton Teahjay.
For the two senators that were outside having a conversation.
Our propose, they were here to really declare ourselves a free partnership. Our propose is a bill that will support our asset after declaring it. If I say you want me to take, you want me to announce it, our propose that resignation for 2 years, for 3 years, for 3 months, for 1 year.
Yeah, Teahjay, once something good is happening, he doesn't want other people to talk about it. No. Those bad things, that way he wants to do. Listen.
Yes! And I don't want the media. You want the media to carry that job yesterday that you fucking give up. I propose that you could be challenged for the right reason. I propose for the weapon. You not put the phone there on the floor before? You get here, you got wax in your ear? Yeah.
Imagine how the man talking to, a colleague like that. This guy is uncivilized. He's very rude. And we don't want this kind of man to be our lawmaker in the Capitol building. No. He continues to embarrass us. The man is disrespectful. Yes, very disrespectful. I mean, any man can be spokesperson for Charles Taylor. I mean, what else Milton Teahjay cannot do?
He's going to perpetually
Are they passing the law? Where?
Nothing Teahjay has sponsored passing to law. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Where your problem? And for this just want to call that make contribution to.
Teahjay will not declare as a crook. The man stole all money in Sinoe County development money. The man abandoned 74 projects. All the man will declare as a he brought nothing and he got all the money. So right now you do that, you'll be exposing himself.
For the two senators that were outside having a conversation.
So they put the man outside. Milton Teahjay was saying to the Capitol building to work for us. But because of his misconduct, they put Milton Teahjay outside. They put a man outside. That's how embarrassing it is for us in Sinoe County. The man who carried the Capitol building and get put outside. So it means that we are not representing the Capitol building.
Introduce yourself, then we start there straight. Go ahead, love.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, so that your Milton Teahjay there for you. Y'all go support your so-called B-52. Yeah, the man is doing nothing. He's just embarrassing us 24/7 in the Capitol building. Nothing productive. They put a man outside. Milton Teahjay was thrown out of the Capitol building because he's not making sense. So they put him outside. Yes, they put the man out. So he can go chant to his rings. They put a man out. So he can go see the car, the young lady car he stole. So he can go get in there and go drive and go home. They put a man outside so the children can hold a lapa over his head. Because he's too light skinned. The sun should not touch him. Teahjay, they put him outside for the bill Bennett. Sponsor a rape bill to make rape the law of the land. So that's how horrible it is for us. Well, if we have 2023, we have to make this correction. We can't get the guy embarrassing us 24/7. Teahjay is a total embarrassment to us. In our Capitol building, he's not productive. When he is deliberating, you don't get any logic for him. He's just fighting. That's what Teahjay is on. All right, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about on the show today. So we dealt with Duncan, the progressive. We dealt with him. A beautiful piece there from Mullar Pantoe. And we'll talk about Teahjay. They're putting us out, you fighting here, DeLong. All right, let me show you this right here. But this one is a breaking news. All right? This one is a breaking news. And so we have to go to the breaking news section. All right, guys. So the breaking news that we are getting in the Voice of Sinoe in the factual room, it says that Geleo's substandard nexus quarter crumbles on 2 years. Greene Geleo's substandard nexus quarter crumbles on 2 years. The next quarter that Greene Geleo been. Yes. I want to make sure my audience go here. The next quarter, I mean, that, what you call him, Greene Geleo, I've been going around and bragging, oh, you build next quarter or next quarters. Well, nobody has sat in those buildings, and the buildings now they are crumbling, they are falling apart. All right, they are falling apart. The buildings are falling apart right now as we speak in Sinoe County because of substandard labor. The guys did a work They didn't do quality work. Try to reduce some of these things. I want to bring your picture here. All right. So the buildings. Let me see. There's a call here coming. Mr. Bondu. Let me see. Audio a little lower. Let me see. Yeah, let me see from my end here. You're a little lower. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. Let me. What you do? I'll call you right back. Let me refresh the gadget. Let me call Mr. Monbu back and see what he has to say here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. Monbu, welcome on the show. What's up? What's going on? What's your take?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think you read a couple of things about donkey. I was the one that wrote those things. I think your characterization of donkey as an American Liberian, that's something I disagree with. I did my homework, and donkey is not a Congo man.
Who is he?
So we can't put donkey in the shoe as a Congo man who's been there for 133 years, like you said on the show.
Who is he?
Donkey was read by a Congo man.
What is
there are other people. They took the foundation of that, and they were able to climb to the ladder, like my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brother may not speak it very well, but he understands it.
No, let's talk about donkey. Let's not talk about your brother. Let's talk about donkey. So, to give us the genealogy of Crayton Duncan.
Well, Crayton Duncan, I believe he's cool, man.
No, you say you believe. So that's not fact. He's not a cruel man. Crayton Duncan is not a cruel man.
Well, Crayton Duncan is cruel.
Okay, why are his parents' names?
Crayton Duncan is not Congo man. That's all I can say.
No, but Mr. Madu, you cannot. It's not a brute fact. This is why it is, and so give us what is his parentage. Give us the background of the parents.
Crayton Duncan is a Liberian, but not American Liberian.
Where are his parents from?
Does that sound better?
Crayton Duncan is an American Liberian. Which
not American Liberian.
What is this? What Duncan? That's that indigenous name. Duncan. It would not be considered indigenous name for the fact that he took the name of Duncan. What is his original name? What is the original name?
And I also gave you an example that my own brother.
No, but you can't. Hello?
I'm here, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so tell me, what are the parents of Crayton Duncan?
And I told you who Crayton Duncan, you said no, that's not right.
What happened?
I said who he was, and he said that's not true. So I'm not going to.
No, I said his parents, because if you say he's
Crayton Duncan is cool, man. And you said no, that's not right.
Crayton Duncan is not cruel. Crayton Duncan is not cruel. Stop that. You can't say that. No. Why you think he carried Teahjay a lot of time to vote to campaign for him? Where the crew? Okay, Mr. Monbu, where in the crew area is he from? No, they get different. They get different crew. Is he from Tajuwan? Where is he from? Is he from Buto? Where in Sinoe is he from? Crayton Duncan is from Lexington. It's a American Liberian guy, Lexington. That's where the American Liberians are. But you're not giving me any evidence. You're just saying.
Because I did my research.
So what is it? Give us his parents. Who are his parents? Give us his parents' names. Huh?
I don't know his parents.
Okay, but how can you come to say he's not American Liberian?
Because I did my homework.
No, but Mr. Monroe, your research is fallacious.
No, it is not. Next time I come on your show, I will let you know who is Perion.
You gotta get all the names of Crayton Duncan parents.
Is that better?
Huh?
So my argument here is don't classify it as American Liberian and put that in that category.
But you are not convinced me that he's not American Liberian.
Because what I want to say, there are a lot of the Honduran representatives and senators who've been there all the year. They didn't do anything. During the common people days, they make sure that every county has a representative or representation from other work, and that's how they keep the rodent to being so looking at that.
Rose? You got Rose? You got Rose in Liberia?
I'm telling them the reason why we don't have Rose today because everything they want to do it from Monrovia instead of having, a certain agency in different county where you
Mr. Madu, I don't want you to go to the Rose. Crayton Duncan that messed up, but you have not told me the parents of Crayton Duncan.
No, they did not. Because the reason why I'm saying it, like I said, I will come on the show next time.
Yeah, but please, next time get your facts together because right now I don't want you to misinform my audience. Yeah, but you're not refuting what I'm saying either. Crayton Duncan is not a crew man, it's not a Sarpo man, it's not a Grebo man, it's not a Mandingo man. It's an American Liberian guy. Huh? No, it's not. I agree, boy. He's an American Liberian in Lexington. He's not a crew guy. Mr. Monroe, let us not argue something that is a fact. Crayton Duncan is not a crew man. Let's establish that fact. Crayton Duncan is not a crew man. Which one of your parents are crew?
I'm not agreeing to the fact that you say it's not a crew. And I'm not agreeing to the fact that you say you're a man.
So, but what is the point? I mean, because you're not refuting what I'm saying. You can't tell me the parents, but you say he's a crew man. But Crayton Duncan is an American Liberian.
No, he's not American Liberian.
Mr. Madu, do your research, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I don't want to make that point clear. I think it says something else again that with the piece on the president. I said it was a good piece, and I praised Pantoe for coming up with that. And that's a good thing. Okay. And that's what we want to see, those kind of promotion for women leaders, and not only based on men every time, but there are good women leaders that exist, and then they're being hiding, and the people need to bring them out and tell the public that who they are and how good they are as men. So I just want to make that piece clear too.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Madu, for calling.
Thank you.
Even though your facts are wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Monroe is misinforming the audience. So, Crayton Duncan is not a crew man. Nobody can prove. No, Crayton Duncan can show a birth certificate and tell his parents they are crew. Nowhere. I challenge Mr. Monroe. He's a factual guy. He has to go check your file again. I like his audacity to come and challenge me, but Crayton Duncan is not crew man. No, it's not. I will repeat this over and over. When you come out to say these things to our people, get your facts together. But Mr. Maya Madu say, you know what? I don't know the parents of the man, but the men are crew man. Can you say that? The man is a American Liberian man. Crayton Duncan. Did I change that man's name? It's not like you and myself when they change our name. No. They changed Crayton Duncan, they did not change the name. Somebody say, I think he is half Basso. Which one of the parents are Basso? And the power of the mouth? Marie say, I think it's half Basso. Which one is that Papa from Basso? Or the man from Basso? Crayton Duncan is not a crew man, so don't give the people messy information. Crayton Duncan cannot claim he can't come probably here and can't tell he's a crew man. The people will stone him. He's not a crew man. Why you think he carry Crayton Duncan here around? I mean, not Crayton Duncan, but Milton Teahjay when you're running campaign to help him to sell into the crew people. Why you think he liaising himself with something we are right now? Because the man is not an indigenous son. The man is looking for the indigenous son to go and sell into the people. No, so somebody will not come tell me say Crayton Duncan anyway, let's go to the Nurses Quarter, the substandards Nurses Quarter that Greene Cole Geleo built. At the time when we raised the argument and say, Greene, let's look for people that will do quality work. Sorry guys, let me put a quick picture here. Let me do a quick commercial. I'll be right back.
A long time. The record, mash up the place.
Monkey, you're not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You're not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh, soldier, monkey, calm down. Oh, monkey, calm down. Monkey, calm down. Oh, monkey, calm down. Monkey, calm down to you. Monkey, calm down to you. Monkey, oh, soldier, monkey, calm down to you. Monkey, calm down to you. Monkey, calm down to you. Once upon the time, in the jungle, there lay so many animals and so many trees. During the day, there were no restriction. Anytime, any day, anyone used to corrupt and go style free in the jungle, yeah. After they realized that everything was good, I said everyone were only after the food. Majority of the people went beyond baboon, and few people went beyond okay. The headers of the time made a big mistake. After election, they went and made a selection. So the citizen of the jungle was unsatisfied. So they decided using another caretaker. Who loves, who care, who has ability.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VOSD with Esoteric here. We want to show you the latest development from Sinoe County with the Nurses Quarters, all right, or one of the Nurses Quarters. And so when the debate started with respect to building Nurses Quarters in Sinoe County, initially Greene Cole Geleo wanted 3 substandard Nurses Quarters. And so we said, Greene, okay, say you want Nurses Quarters. Who are the people that you want to be contracting with? It was a fight, it was a struggle for us to even get the people that the man will be contracting with. The vice president was on ground at the time. The late Gus said it tough him in his soul, rest in peace. He was in Liberia. Instead of Greene asking his vice president to get people, as a matter of fact, the man tried getting people, and they did something, they almost put that man in jail. But Greene got to send your own people that he trusts. So they went and found one of the Kabade guys, Rodan Tai Nome. So because the man wants to do these corrupt things, right? So they found Rodan Tai to take the contract. The $30,000 up to now, we are not getting financial report because something shady went on. Because they didn't give the full amount, I suspect. And that's why the guy did not make report how the money was spent. How is it that they gave you money and you say you spend the exact money, nothing below, nothing above, everything is exact. All right? So anyway, so they did something shady right there behind the scene or scenes. And the Nurses Quarter in Biliboree, in less than 2 years, the building is breaking down because they did substandard work. They did not give quality. What the same thing the board were arguing, they were telling Greene, Let's get the specifications. Let look at the thing. Let's get people on the ground to review it and see whether the guy knows what he's doing. It's not about putting your structure on and cover it with paint. We need something that is durable, that will last long or longer. But Greene wanted to get legacy. He wanted to go around and say, oh, I built Ness's quarters. And so he was not listening to anybody. When the board gave him recommendation, he said, I'm not listening to those people. So when they did their jajati behind the scene, he and Tai, Nome, and the other guy, the same way they did here. The guys are so dishonest. You know that this camcorder, Greene Cole Geleo purchased, they sent a voucher to the board. Camcorder, something that cost $75 on Amazon. The guy sent $2,000 proposal to the board. And the board too, they didn't do that research. They gave Greene $2,000 for a camcorder that cost $75. The rest of the money, they ate it. They said they bought that thing. It's in the office of the president anyway. I give it to them. That camcorder, the man said they bought it, I think $2,500. And they paid $75 to eat the money. It's the same thing the Ness's quarter, they say it cost $30,000, but it is broken down now. It is substandard level. Let me show you that building to you. That's why I can go to the next thing. The people are not honest. They are not honest. And so they do all these shady stuff. So Greene Cole Geleo went ahead and gave you a substandard building. All right, let me see what I can pull it up here for you. Let me pull it up quickly. Let me share with you. Let me bring Greene Cole Geleo picture and play the video first. All right, you see another quarter. You see the whole face. You see the whole thing. Let me view it from the angle so it can be big. I want it bigger. Okay, good. It's big enough for you so you can see it. Let me play it. You see it? It's USAA, right? I mean, those are some of the buildings that man and they took the name for on it and put their name at one of the buildings here, right? But this one in Drawson, for whatever reason, they didn't take the name for on it. All right. Okay. So this, I'm not showing different building because I got this video first and they say, oh, and I said, no, I don't want something. Myself, I am a skeptic. So I don't want to just show me anything from I want to see it from the top bottom and show me the whole structure. All right. So it's the Ness's quarter USA, right? You can see it. All right, so you can see, right? The stairs. You see it broken already, right? It's not car did not enter that place. They didn't put a giant in there to step on that thing. Nobody fought. Nobody took something to knock that thing. It's the substandard job that Greene did. They ate the money, and that's why they can't get a financial report. That's why the board requested and said, oh, sir, okay, so you finish the building, give out the financial report, you can't get a report. Because they went and did mud, they took the debt from the gutter somewhere and just put it there. They didn't study the integrity of the soil. They did nothing well. And so the building is broken down now. They did some kind of emergency job. Greene wants to get credit for building Ness's quarters. So you see, the building is breaking down now. That's also sheep in there now. The birds. The birds and the sheep and the domestic animals are the one in the building. Let me see. You see the photo view of it, right? The poor work Ronan Taine did, and then Greene and they share the money. That's what you're seeing right there. You see it? They're showing you everything, right? I'm not making anything on here. The guys just ate the money.
Okay. You try to go around it, baby. So they find some problem.
So watch. You see, the wall is cracking. All right, they did a poor job. That building was so far. Sooner rather than later, if we don't do something, President Myers does not do something about it, the building will collapse. The wall is cracking from the top all the way down. So the building is splitting up the wall. So sooner rather than later, that poor job Greene did over there, that thing will come tumbling down. Less than 2 year building. Less than 2 years. That building is collapsing right now. If you look in there at dogs and chicken, you see, don't look in there, you'll see the animals are living in there. You see the chicken there? That chicken, that's the green, there's a way to call it chicken quarter. Or dog quarters.
The back portion.
You see that the birds is a portrait. That the chicken place, that what Greene built. No human beings are. That the chicken and the dogs going in there and how the stock is broken down. The building is breaking down, it's crumbling right now. All right? No human being going inside here. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you give power to crooks. You know, they are not honest. They don't want to be accountable to anybody. All right? And we did the right thing to have replaced Greene. Because it's all about eating money. The man did not give a good structure with quality in it. Less than 2 years. The building is crumbling, coming down. It's breaking, the whole wall split. Disturbs everything there. The chicken and living inside, the goats. Yes. And they said a building for nurses. I didn't see nurse in there. I saw chicken. I saw some dogs in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Your building is crumbling down. I want to call on the president of the union, President Myers, to reach out to the board who put our money into these buildings. Greene and they did their substandard work. And when the building it breaks down, it will be a financial loss to us. We put our money in it. Greene doesn't care. So we need your intervention to maintain those structures. Because Greene will not do anything. Slabe Sennay will not do anything about it. No. The idea they want to take credit for nurses' quarters. That's all they want. They don't care about what happens to it. No maintenance plan whatsoever. And those are the things that the board are talking about. Okay, Greene, before we start, let's get some mechanism in place how to maintain these structures. The man said he wanted nurses' quarter. The fighting. They almost broke the organization down in North Dakota 2019. But he wanted nurses' quarter of business in that place. All right? Yeah, man. Slabe Sennay. And the man can be pushing Greene. And the puppet. And the puppet master here. They push with Joy Sion. The building is gone now. It's almost gone, practically. That thing is broken down. By the time we go there to sleep there, then no building will be there for us anymore. All right, so that you're building down. Me are here to just show it to you. A voice is sign here, esoteric. Let me give you the last thing that I want to talk about before I go for the day. All right. This one is a breaking news, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, so the last thing that I want to talk about on Voice of Sinoe before I leave is the Greene Geleo and Slabe Sennay. They want to take Darius Dillion, or if you like, Madison Freeman, to court for saying the truth. They threaten to sue, right? Because they don't want to hear the truth. They want people that will flatter them. They want people that will sing praises to them. And I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those obsequious elements around here that will be praising people that are not doing nothing good. All right? So Slabe Sennay and Greene Cole Geleo, you know, Slabe Sennay and Greene Cole Geleo, both men are. So it's the man that can come to the rescue of Greene Cole Geleo. When Greene Cole Geleo is being dealt with morally by Darius Dillion, evidentially, I don't go and just talk against people and put people's reputation down, man. No, I don't go here to assert people's reputation. I'm here to get the facts. I am giving the facts and nothing but the facts. I don't get no benefit. I don't get any benefit to assert anybody's character here. No. But in as much you will leave the prevailing issues, you will leave the pressing issues, and you will assert my family, but you want to take your family to be secret. Nobody should talk about them. They are holy people. They are Queen Elizabeth people, and you can't say anything about them. No. Slabe Sennay family or family's members are not better than my family. So Slabe Sennay will not protect his family. He will not look at his family to assert other people's family or character. Hey, he will not say the word. But when you retaliate the son of Slabe Sennay and Greene Cole Geleo, they say, oh, we'll take you to court. Who cares? Am I afraid? No. I got the evidence against you. It's that way you went to mediation, the evidence wasn't scrutinized, because the job of the mediator is not to scrutinize evidence, it's just to find a solution. It's not a way doing the mediation you fingered the Constitution like Cummings. Slabe Sennay fingered the Constitution. Even though the copies are around here, but it's in their document, in their defense, it is written nowhere in any of our copies of the Constitution. Okay? But Slabe Sennay is on Facebook. Samuel Shegbe is insulting practically everybody. Slabe Sennay's girlfriend, Lisa Farley, is insulting everybody, including Muna. But they don't want anybody to say anything to them. They don't talk. He doesn't talk to his girlfriend. I'm not going to tell my wife right now to go on Facebook and start insulting people, and I don't want people to come back at her or at me. No. So Slabe Sennay does not have the boss. When somebody who is in your corner is wrong, for him to say it, for you to correct the person, and they were threatening lawsuit against me. Do I look like broke man? I hire the best lawyer because I know the scheme that you guys are on right now. You and Greene Cole Geleo and Joyce, I know the why you're on. The same thing you're there because once you guys see money in the account, you'll do anything to squander that money. And so we have money in the account when Greene took over and hire brought the confusion. So you can spend the money recklessly and do different things with it so that the people that are supposed to get the money, they will not get it. And so Greene Cole Geleo, what he did in the past, took our money from the account and start paying John Wesley and paying Somalian lawyer. So they want to sue Darius Dillion. They say they raised $50,000 in Iowa, so they get some money. And you say they got $40,000. So that money, they want to spend it on people again. just what they did first. It is about not helping our people. They want our people to come be sinking to them. They want to get the money to the Caucasians here, to the lawyers, the people that are doing well. But they don't want us to talk about the wrong deeds. Samuel Sheba is your so-called organization publicity. He's a PR man. And this guy is on Facebook and assaulting people, and you can't stop him. And when Samuel Sheba comes probably and assault my family, I'm not going as family Samuel Sheba. I'm going after the people that sent him or the people that he is PR man for. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I did. I never go after the guy. And recently I let him go. But I told these people, Samuel Sheba, you don't understand politics, but I will teach you. But the more I talk, some of them, they're hard to learn. I said, Samuel Sheba, Matthew Zarzar is your lawmaker. And I would not say don't criticize him. But what are the job responsibility, job functions of the lawmaker? Is the lawmaker job is to distribute money? Is he a Red Cross man to get supplies to people? Is that the job responsibility of a lawmaker? As Samuel Sheba read the Constitution, it's right here. Look at the document and see what the functions of the lawmaker. The Constitution spells out everything. So if you look in the Constitution, you go to legislature and see what their functions are. Let me just go to a little bit here. There's a reason why I want to do this. The judiciary, the legislature are the first branch of government, right? So if you look at the legislature, if you go to Article 5 of the Constitution, it is right, Article 5, Chapter 5, Article 29 of the Constitution. They talk about the legislature, right? They get their function here. The legislature, legislative power of the Republic shall be vested in the legislature of Liberia, which shall consist of two separate branch or houses, a Senate and a House of Representatives, both of which must pass on all legislation. Their enacting style shall be, it is enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia in legislature assembled. Okay, it goes on to say, citizens of Liberia who meet the following qualifications are eligible to become member of the legislature. Okay, the senator should be 30, for representative should be 25, the minimum age. Okay, the legislator shall have the power. Okay, they gave their powers here, the thing that they're supposed to do. Number one, to create new boundaries or counties and other political subdivisions and readjust existing county boundaries. That's something, the power they give them. To provide for the security of the republic, to provide for the common defense, to declare war and authorize the executive to conclude peace, to raise and support the armed forces of the republic, and to make appropriations. Therefore, provided that no appropriation of money for that use shall be for a longer term than 1 year, and to make rules for the governance of the armed forces of the republic, to levy taxes, duties, imposts, excise, and other revenues, to borrow money. I mean, they listed all the functions of the lawmaker. You will not see anything that say to build palava hut, to get hand pump, to go build houses. So the point I'm trying to make is, for Samuel Sheba to criticize somebody, look at the job responsibility. Right now, Samuel Sheba is a janitor. We don't expect Samuel Sheba to do the director work. Okay, so I want Samuel Sheba to read the Constitution and look at the job responsibilities of the lawmakers. All right, if the guys are not doing what they're supposed to do, the Constitution, you can criticize them on those things. But Samuel Sheba will leave the whole thing, and you have personal hatred against Mr. Zaza, and you will pull it out. And Slabe Sennay will do nothing. He will say nothing. So all the things that I just read, which I just read just now, Samuel Sheba say he's running propaganda and he's running against us. There's something he wrote, for example. It didn't get the attention of Slabe Sennay. Marvin Zaza secretly enters Minnesota. Okay, All right, that propaganda, you want to run that one, I have nothing to say to that one, right? Maybe secret in Minnesota, Broken Park, USA. This wicked man is here eating our district money. Okay, this is personal attack now you are going on. When you start doing this, when you say district money, what money? Do they give district money to lawmakers? Where? How? When? Is it the man whose salary you're talking about? If you don't want the man to get his salary, then okay, run your campaign and make the argument constitutionally based on his job description. But you know, call the man, this wicked man is here eating district money while the children sleep outside without food. He's a Red Cross man. That's what the man has been lobbying to make sure that every fiscal year, the Constitution, every year, they should put money in the budget. So they put money there as a lawmaker, and they send money, for example, let that take from Teahjay's time. He was a lawmaker. They send millions of dollars to the county. Milton Teahjay didn't ate the money. And that's why he went after the man using an oversight responsibility. And Milton Teahjay was declared guilty. Samuel Sheba is supporting Milton Teahjay. But he turns around and come and cuss the man out who is doing something for our people. You will cuss the man. This wicked man is here drinking cold water and all of that. Samuel Sheba went on and on attacking the character of Mr. Zaza. Slabe Sennay did not see problem with that. No, it was no issue with Samuel Slabe Sennay. That is fine for the man to assault the man personally and not on his job description. No, it was fine. So Slabe Sennay came and said, so when Samuel Sheba wrote that, I said, okay, very good. Send the people, you are PR man, you are a spokesperson for Slabe Sennay and for Greene Cole Geleo, for Joyce Sen, for Boy Sen and Kamala Ross, and your own face when attacking people. I will go after your family as well. All right? And so I wrote an article. His sister, Madam Kamala, let's say Carlos Shebet, is running to be your representative. And so I told the people why they should not vote for her. Slabe Sennay got angry. I wrote another piece detailing the history of Greene Cole Geleo and Joyce Sen, because Samuel Sheba went after my family personally, but my own, I'm not going personal. I'm giving you a history. And so I did a first article and gave the history of what some of the things that Greene Cole Geleo has done in the union. I provided context. I didn't call the Samuel Sheba there and cussing the man, wicked man, he this one, and you got to tell why the man wicked. All right. And so when I deal with the substance, when I get substance, then it can go on in their skin. And so Slabe Sennay saw Samuel Sheba communication. He had no problem with that. That is fine. Because he does not want to see Zaza is not from Kabade. So he has no reason to say anything. All right. So Samuel Sheba attacked Zaza personally. It's not on the lawmaker job description, on his function as a lawmaker. No, he attacked the man personally. And for me, I just get the history of the guys in the community, what they are doing. That's what I did. If you look at my article, the title, I didn't say Greene Cole Geleo. I gave the history of the man. For example, let me show you the title here. Let me see the first article I wrote on my page. It says here, Greene Geleo and his freebooters of community resources. And I gave you reasons. I gave you argument why that is so. Let me read a little bit of the article, for example. If you want to read, go on my page, I got those articles. The privileged, we the privileged one, those of us in the U.S., the privileged must help the unprivileged. But this moral obligation has been dashed by the wayside by the few privileged individuals in Minnesota under the divisive leadership banner of malevolent Greene Cole Geleo. When something is malevolent, it's harmful. And Greene Cole Geleo and Slabe Sennay, they have been harmful to the community. All right? And I'm going to point that out. How are they harmful? That's the introduction, and let me go in for a little bit. I say here, these diabolical human elements are called freebooters and plunderers of community resources. The repulsive story of these vermins must be echoed across the globe since they will not abolish their smear campaigns. The Sarpo community in the United States, and by extension the USA, predated Greene Geleo. That's a fact. It predated Jabaswan. That is a fact. It predated Andrew Swan. It predated Slabe Sennay. It predated Samuel Shibwe and Christopher Wally. But because of sectionalism and greed for money, these harlots individuals chose to put the community apart so that our poor people in Liberia, for whom the organization was established, would be victimized. And that's exactly what the modus operandi is. This vapid cohortlessness must be confronted. And so I went on. Since the assumption of power in 2017 in Durham, North Carolina, our community has known no peace since Greene Cole Geleo establishing the kind of power. Because once the individuals named above, the people are just called, right, don't get what they want, the community will not be at peace or be in peace. How is it that the Geleo administration inherited about or nearly 300,000, but in less than 1 year in office, the organization went completely broke? Our only referral medical facility in Biliboree, which was built through the lobbyistic effort of Honorable Matthew Zaza, is virtually empty. Even though we gave Greene Geleo and Slabe Sennay and the rest of the people money to capacitate the hospital with beds, for example, or for patient X-ray machine, drugs, and everything that the medical staff who are running the hospital need to cater to our people. Unfortunately, Greene Geleo led a 35-man delegation to Liberia in 2020 or 2021. I'm not too sure of the year. In the storm of the novel coronavirus. But regrettably, these animals, they are animals, did not bother to give one expired pill to the hospital in fulfillment of the medical pillar of the USA Development Manifesto. Nothing. Nothing that they gave our people. Christopher Wally did a video and showing the hospital. No pill, nothing in there. And Greene Geleo illegally took $7,000 and put it in your pocket and go show, just to show our video. When I talk this thing and they say they threatening lawsuit, should I be afraid? And when I say, how in the world these people who leave the United States and they claim to love their people, but they didn't care to remain faithful to the humanitarian agenda of the organization? How heartless could Greene Cole Geleo, Joyce Sion, Kamala Ross, Andrew Sua, Jabaswan, Christopher Wally, and Boto Yangle be to travel to Liberia with $60,000? Oh yes, they don't give her how much they carry. They don't make financial report of the organization's money and did absolutely nothing but slept in five-star hotels while simultaneously rejoicing in Schadenfreude. You know, Schadenfreude is joy in other people's suffering. You're happy when other people are suffering, you rejoice. And that's what the guy did. Rejoicing in Schadenfreude in the poverty and misery of their people. Imagine how many poor children who have benefited. How Greene Geleo and Joyce Sion infused the $60,000 into the scholarship scheme we set up as an organization. Imagine how many market women would have benefited from the money how Greene and Kamala Ross and not use the money to pay the proprietors, the owner of Royal and Golden Key hotels. Think of how many households would have benefited or been protected from mosquito bites. How Greene Cole Geleo and his followers used the money to purchase mosquito nets for our people. Or better still, imagine what would have happened had Greene Geleo used a 60,000 travel allowance to buy a massive generator to power the city of Biliboree. And the article went on. And so I stretching out those things that the guys ignore, but when I say the truth, it hurts so hard. They get angry. And so they brought that boatman, Slabe Sennay, to come and fight DIASPORA. And here is the thing. I think the person that is going around that the people are pointing finger at me and say that DIASPORA because DIASPORA can read plenty. And so that DIASPORA wrote, they call the person Siakolo, that DIASPORA using that name and causing people. I think that's Slabe Sennay. Why? Because Slabe Sennay can read plenty. The man wrote a whole long article too. So we can also conjecture from the argument that they were making. They said because DIASPORA can read plenty, and therefore the person that using fake name that DIASPORA. Slabe Sennay can read plenty, therefore that Slabe Sennay wrote been writing that article or those articles. We can also make that conclusion. It will not be wrong. It could be Slabe Sennay who is using your fictitious name to be attacking our mothers and fathers and women in the community. It could be. But they threatened lawsuit. I am not afraid. So Slabe, that read a little bit of Slabe Sennay defending his family. All right, that gave you a benefit of the doubt. And I rebutted to all those things, point by point. I don't go cause a mind power. I rebutted everything, point by point. So yeah, let me Slabe Sennay happy. Slabe Sennay say he's not a Confucian man. Now what you say? He's a good man. So that's Slabe Sennay article here. Let's read a little bit of it. All right, let me take that picture down so you can see the main article. The men are both men, are Greene Cole Geleo both men. A little bit of it. Let me make it big so you can see it good. All right, let me view here. Yeah, it's big for you so you can see. The Greene Cole Geleo both men. What you say? All right, this is long, right? So no, that's the wrong one. I think the Mullar Pantoe's article here. Let me stop that and bring Slabe Sennay. I got Slabe's article somewhere here. Yeah, let me bring Slabe Sennay's article for you. All right. Let me go to that quick. I got it right here. You ain't go nowhere. Let me bring a little bit so I can read your book, man. What you say? Let me see. Let me go in my inbox. You send it to me. All right, so you can tell me, you can tell us. All right, so it's my book. In response to Madison. That read a little bit is Slabe Sennay. All right, I got it. Let me close the other one here. So I don't get a lot of things open. Okay, now let's read a little bit of Slabe Sennay. Let me share the article with you. Man defending the family. Yeah, he just said anything about, let me see. All right, good. Slabe Sennay live right now. All right, that's Slabe Sennay right there. All right, you see it? Slabe Sennay. Both men for Greene Cole Geleo. So wait, what Slabe Sennay say? He said, my response to Madison Freeman, the spoiler. Okay? Madison Freeman is a spoiler, according to Slabe Sennay. The man that wrote his own constitution, he didn't want to abide by it. How the spoiler? The man that wrote the whole document, the people gave him their authority. They trusted him. And because his brother did not do the right thing, instead of telling your brother or a family member, oh brother, you wrong this one, the man said, my family first. And so I will protect the man. That's the reason I'm doing this. Let me see. I want to show you something. Good. I want to, so Slabe Sennay wrote this. The man said, "My response to Madison Freeman, the spoiler." Okay, I'm the spoiler, right? All right. By the way, I've debunked all the points he made point by point. If you go on my page, you will see. I said, refuting the claim of Slabe, or responding to the specific claims of Slabe Sennay. I wrote a piece and go there. All these things he made, they are weak. They are all weak stuff. So if you read my article, you will see the weakness in these points he made in his piece here. So Slabe Sennay said, disagreement in a truest sense, it's a natural phenomenon, okay? Which I agree. People can disagree. That is inescapable. Okay, you can't escape that. People will disagree. But what Slabe Sennay is now saying here is, you can't disagree unreasonably. His disagreement is unreasonable. But he will not say that because it's a family. So you will say disagreement is natural. It's natural, but not unreasonable disagreement. So he went on to say, it comes about as a result of disagreement you're talking about now. It comes about as a result of opposing opinion, judgment, actions, and ideas. Conflict is prevalent in everyday life, okay? So what Slabe Sennay is saying in other words is, conflict, power, confusion is omniscient, is omnipotent, no, not omnipotent, but omnipresent, it's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. It's part of our everyday life. You can't avoid it, it's everywhere. So when it comes, we shouldn't do something to avoid it. It's prevalent. Let's find a way to accept it. When confusion comes, it's part of life. And this point is weak, right? You know why? We can also take a lot of things that are prevalent, that are all over in the world. Sexual predators or pedophiles, the children that can sexually affect such children, they are all over the world. All right? Does that mean we should accept it? Confusion is prevalent. Slabe Sennay is all over the place. And so when it comes, we shouldn't avoid it. We should find a way to accept it and make good out of it. So when people rape, we should find a way to make good out of it, because it's all about crimes, all over it's part of everyday life. When it comes, we should find a way to accept it. That's the same argument Slabe Sennay is making. He said, conflict is prevalent in our everyday life. It is often viewed from a negative perspective. So when conflict comes, Slabe say, let's look at it from a positive perspective, right? So when somebody rapes, don't look at it from a negative, don't look at it from a positive perspective as well. All right? They found a way to see how we can arrest the perpetrator, but it causes harm to other people. But that harm, don't forget the harm it causes to people, to women, or whoever is the victim, right? No, don't worry about that. Conflict is prevalent in our everyday life. It is often viewed from a negative perspective or appears with a negative connotation. But the reality is, if disagreement is dealt with appropriately and maturely, so the man is philosophizing on confusion. He rationalizing on confusion. Why we should accept confusion? Now, why he's saying in other words, all right? But the reality is, disagreement is dealt with appropriately when we do it appropriately and maturely, which the board of directors did. The guys dealt with the thing appropriately, maturely. Even the concerned members, they dealt with it appropriately, maturely. They did everything to get us to an amicable solution. And Slabe Sennay said, hell no, I'm not listening to any of you. Those things you are saying, they are good right now, but I'm not going to listen to you. And that's the same thing that the people were doing right now. Now, what are you talking about? Appropriately and maturely. Either Poor and Carol Malin, when they got into they didn't curse anybody out. They were asking for peace. The elders, they did the same thing. They were asking for peace. They didn't curse, and they did it appropriately and professionally and maturely. But Slabe Sennay said, I'm not taking that route. Once it is not going my way, there will be no way. There will be no peace in the community. But now he's talking the same thing the people did now. Why are you preaching to us now? Conflict is prevalent in our everyday life. It is often viewed from a negative perspective or appears with a negative connotation. But the reality is, if disagreement is dealt with appropriately and maturely, it normally yields positive outcomes in every aspect, but be it personal and social growth. All right. So Slabe Sennay is saying the confusion that him and Greene and Joyce and Boyce and other people they brought in the community, we should find a way to accept it. It will yield positive result. Meanwhile, people on Facebook they are cussing practically everybody. Oh yeah, it will yield positive results. You know, and this is a nonsense that the people are putting around, and people behind they clapping for you. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Torture is everywhere. Oh yeah, we accept torture. Rape is everywhere. Yes, I mean, service say yeah, we can do negative thing when it happen. Then look at it from a positive perspective. It's okay. Let's take it. See, that a kind of feeble logic the guys are push. I can't read the whole thing because it's weak. That's a whole weak argument the man made here. All right. Yeah, the man girlfriend is cussing people all over the place. Yeah, he cussing everybody, but nothing. You see nothing wrong with that. All right. Let me read a little bit so you can hear your both man. Conflict is prevalent in our everyday life, so we should accept it. It's, when it comes, let look at it positively. All right, don't look at the negative impact it has on society, it has on the community, it has on family members. No, don't look at that part. Don't look at it positively. All right, that's let me say it for you. It is often viewed from a negative perspective or appears with a negative connotation. But the reality is, if disagreement is dealt with appropriately and maturely, it normally use not normally. It's not always okay. It normally use positive outcomes in every aspect, be it personal and social and societal growth. All right. But our situation is to the contrary, due to the lies spewed out by Madison Freeman and attention seeking. Okay, the man is seeking attention, but he's still giving me attention, my man. You say, why are you giving me attention, my man? All right, and you say the man is a liar. Madison Freeman is a liar, right? But he didn't state the lies. He did not state it. He just made broad statements. You know, it sounds good to his supporters. What are the lies that Madison told? Specify the lie. So in our piece, we say an allegation made without factual backing can be read. We can just put that, we can jettison, we can put that in the trash. Because the man did not give us specificity. When you say Madison lie, what did he lie about? He didn't say that to us. Going into that attention seeking to the person now you're attacking is a basic fallacy, you know, too quick way to the person or a harmony to the person. Well-known and unquestionable spoiler, okay? Madison, he said, I am the spoiler. He wrote a constitution and he refused to abide by it, but Madison, like, right now in Ukraine, right? In Ukraine, Putin waged a war, and the journalists are reporting on it. Slabe Sennay said the journalists are causing, they are spoilers. They are spoilers. They are reporting the thing that Putin doing or the war that going on, they're reporting it. When CNN reports something, CNN are spoiler. When Slabe Sennay did not create the conflict in the community, I will not report it. So I reported the conflict services to Alice spoiler. Okay, sir, how about you? You, the people trusted. And said, Slabe Sennay, you are our boatman. Read our document that will govern us in the community. And you put the document aside and say, and you wrote on Facebook. If you look for the post where Greene said the table has turned, right? Go on that post. He will say, my family first. I don't get time for the Constitution. Let me play a little bit of Slabe Sennay. Because I got when you went on Facebook and started writing and say, I said, okay, let me call my phone company. Y'all give me some of my audio, my interaction. So I brought one of them. So you can hear a little bit of Slabe Sennay. When I told you, say he created the conflict in the community. Let's play a little bit of Slabe Sennay. Let me play.
Of the Constitution in Paris, so he can give a perspective to you. Constitution.
That's Slabe Sennay say, okay, Boto is not the writer of the Constitution. That he is telling him, otherwise, all the one wrote it. He accepting that he read it. He wrote the Constitution. Listen.
The same way your name on Lalo copies, Boto name in Lalo copies. I don't know now.
So all the people that are names on the Constitution, only some Slabe Sennay knows everything that happened in the Constitution, right? The other people are, I mean, we have the tendency in the community to just put everybody else down. I don't want to know everything. Other people don't know nothing. That kind of arrogance, you know. And I want God to where we are today. Listen to Slabe Sennay.
Yeah, so I mean, at least you gave us a document, but you're not following the document. But you say, I'm following the document. No, you are not. No. Where in the document Where in the document you wrote that the president can declare convention? Where?
The man went blank. When I asked that question, he went blank. Immediately, he went blank. He can't answer the question. All right? The man went blank. Where in the Constitution, sir, that you wrote that president can declare convention? Listen to him.
Nowhere. So that's the first infraction. You say you can't tell your brother, say, oh, I mean, what you're doing is wrong. But you follow him. I told him to do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's the...
You see, Slabe Sennay, he told his brother to disregard the Constitution. And when I said Slabe Sennay caused the confusion in the community, I didn't say I'm lying. I told the man to do it. And the one called Greene the puppet of Slabe Sennay. Slabe Sennay on tape telling us, I told him to disregard the Constitution I wrote. I told Slabe Sennay own words, so he had sleepless nights to write the Constitution. But he told his brother to not follow it.
Contravention of the very document you wrote. No, there's no contravention there. But who then give me a constitutional reference and the president can declare. The problem is that you have to understand, was it normal? Were we in a state of confusion when those things happened?
So Slabe Sennay is saying, once you have a document and you have misunderstanding, you have disagreement, you will trust the document that governs you. That's what Slabe Sennay is saying. So anytime you Slabe Sennay in the country right now, in Liberia, or any country like the United States, for example, the COVID-19 came, there is nothing in the U.S. Constitution that says that, or that speaks about COVID-19. Does that mean the people should suspend their Constitution? When you say Constitution is the supreme law, is above everybody else. So Slabe Sennay say, oh, you know what? We can pull it aside. You know? What was happening at the time? We were not fighting war. Nobody was shooting anybody. So Slabe Sennay say, when conflict comes, we should look at it positively. But no, he did not look at it positively. He divided the community. It's not, when you divide the community, it's not positive. It's negative. He said we should look at it from the mature perspective and positively. But now you say, you know what? What was happening at the time when I told Greene Cole Geleo to disregard the Constitution? What was happening? You want to make it plow up? So what? When you and somebody have disagreement, does that mean you should tell your brother to contravene the Constitution that you are taking credit for? And you want people mad at me to can't take you seriously? No, Slabe Sennay. So you have to take responsibility for the chaos you created in the community. You got to take responsibility for that. And you can't point finger at me for reporting the mess you guys created. I will continue to articulate clearly to the people the confusion is in our community. And Slabe Sennay is the kingpin of the confusion. He just told us that I told Greene Cole Geleo to declare convention in Minnesota. Even though he did not give Greene Cole Geleo the mandate to do that in the Constitution. But he is the Ayatollah. Amen. And people will be listening to them. They are both people. No, these guys are sectionalists and Kabade people. They are both. When you listen to Lisa Fale, my Kabade president, it's all about Kabadeism. And I frown upon the Kabadeism, the Putuism, the Sinkoism, the Wajaism, what's the other one again? The Dwasonism. That nonsense. We got to be talking Sinoism, Liberianism, Africanism. That's what we got to be talking about. And not those factional and sectional group that Slabe Sennay Parlor and they say there's no book. Book is not about the permutation of the 26th alphabet or the concatenation of the letters. It's about what you are doing to your people. The decision you made. That's what we're talking about, that man knows book. Slabe Sennay made a decision that put families apart. Right now, family members are cussing each other. I was at the program this weekend, and we are family. We are together the same, and certain people are not speaking to certain people. That's the ramification of the action of Slabe Sennay. It's not me. All I'm doing is just explaining the evil that the guy perpetrated in our community. The bad thing with the wrong that we have ever done was to get Slabe Sennay and Greene Cole Geleo power, because the guys had their preconceived notion when they came to power. All we want is power. And again, the law Atom said, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Even though I don't agree with that quote. It's corrupt people that Slabe Sennay, corrupt men that Greene Cole Geleo, corrupt woman what you call Joyce, Kamala Ross. They don't want corrupted power. Power is neutral. Power is not negative, it's not positive. It depends on who is in power, how you apply it. Just the same way money. Money is neutral. The way you use it can be positive or negative. And they also say, give a man power and money, and you will know a true character. That's exactly what happened to Slabe Sennay and Greene Cole Geleo and the other people over there. We get them power and money, and they expose themselves in no time. Yeah, true intention for the community. And Slabe Sennay want rationalize conflict. Oh, you know when conflict comes, you throw the Constitution away, because the Constitution did not measure what should happen when crisis comes. But who wrote the document? It's you. So if the Constitution does not cover conflict, does that mean you should throw it away? It does not mean you should throw it away, Slabe Sennay. So anytime Slabe Sennay will write a document and something is left out, Slabe Sennay will trash that document. And that's how horrible it is in our community. These are the people we have. And people will be, when they write all nonsense, then people, hey, you great man. I look at our other brother in like, bro, I say, oh, the other guy had to join prison the nonsense I studied wrote there. It just, I just gave that thing a basic philosophical review and crumbles. At first glance, that whole thing Slabe Sennay wrote a false apart. Because it's not strong, or it's not, the argument is not cogent. All right? There's a difference between valid argument and cogent argument. When the argument, no, I want to maybe use sound, valid and sound argument. Because I want a sound argument. So if they not even get a valid argument, not a sound argument. Because when an argument is sound, the premises are true and the conclusion, everything is factual. But the man did not get anything. Look at what's that made fun of Slabe Sennay before we go. All right. Why Madison Freeman should be considered a spoiler? Okay, the man coming tell us now why it should be a spoiler. Prior to the advent of the court back agreement that separated the two groups legally, he used propaganda techniques that were not only confined to lying, bullying, insulting. All right, he just making things on the man, so he just manufacturing things. I didn't bully anybody. I just say the truth. When you say your thing, I bring the audio, I play it. When you go behind it, we come in front of people, you say different things. When you go behind the scene, you say different things, I can't play it. That's what they call it bullying. And that's not bullying. That's what they call bullying. That's what they call bullying. No, I'm not more powerful than you. When you bully somebody, the other person is greater in strength or in resources. Or I mean, I don't have $90,000 in my possession, so how can I bully you? I'm a common man, regular man. What did I lie about? You did not tell us. All right? You said our propaganda, I lie, I insult. Who did I insult? Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? When you steal and the court say you steal, you are criminal. Milton Teahjay, I call the man criminal and you declare guilty. Greene Cole Geleo, we didn't go to court, job mediation. The three things that we put before them, they say you'll lose everything. They just give you a little money. Oh, what is that? If you were to go before a judge, what will happen to you? When you can, out of three things, you want to get a little money. And the money was not for you. They say, oh, since the organization is undertaking some project, and now you guys say you are the one undertaking, you in charge, we'll get some money so you can finish it, but you'll get some of the money too. Even though they didn't finish the project, they ate the money. The $30,000 they gave them, what did they do? Nothing. They ate the money. So Slabe went on to say, the boy man. I said the man fought, the man insulting, facts, manipulation, and Joseph. The man no boy now can be quoting Joseph what? Goebbels. Joseph Goebbels propaganda techniques. Joseph Goebbels was a former minister of entertainment and propaganda in Germany, who said if you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come up. Okay, what did I lie about? I did not lie about anything. Anything I talk about, I say the board approved money, and I show it to you. I show it to you, right? This is the letter the board sent. All right, the board sent you a letter for the voucher. That was the communications are all here. This is the board letter to Greene Cole Geleo approving the COVID-19. When I signed it, I gave you the evidence. All right, the board gave me that letter there. That's another letter there to Greene again from the board. That the letter continues there. I can go on and show you. I talk about the $90,000, show you the bank statement. How you guys, nobody authorized it, you took it. So when you say a lie, what is the lie? That $90,000, right? It's the $2,500 I talk about who approved it. I show you the evidence, the bank statement right there. His treasurer, Diamond, that's the withdrawal slip of $40,000. I show you everything. I don't make anything up. The $7,000 that Greene took is right here, $7,236.28. Everything is here. I don't manufacture things against people. I show you the evidence. So the man said, "I'll make a thing," and he went on. And I mean, this is weak. It's a weak argument here. So he said here, he went to. So I didn't repeat anything. All I did, I repeated it. Okay, let me take it back. I repeated the facts, and that was the man that was making it vex. I repeated facts, not lies. The evidence I show you, general lie. No, that Greene Cole Geleo, like I said, that Slabe Sennay, like I said, he said he told the man to contravene to put the Constitution aside and declare convention. That Slabe Sennay, he says that, I mean, during that period, there was no podcast coming from him without mentioning Greene Cole Geleo. Greene divided the community, and maybe he wants me to just talk about it one time and go up and leave it alone. No, I don't roll like that. Like Liberian system when they want to come, yeah. Then talk about it one time and go away. No, I will repeat it over and over so they can go in the way. It's not lie, it's a fact. So I will repeat the fact because our people get a tendency to forget easily. So I don't tell lies. So the man said, this was exactly what he did during the 2 years of conflict. All right, who created the conflict? Slabe Sennay. And during the period, there was no podcast coming from him without measuring Greene Geleo with the sin unfounded and baseless allegations. I'll show you all the evidence right now, right? So it's not allegation. I played the man audio instead. The man he says, he didn't want to divide the people. He didn't want to Greene to declare convention, even though he didn't put in the Constitution that Greene should declare convention. All right. Now, even that the conflict is over, he is still doing so as evidence of his admission that he fueled and is still fueling. I never wrote anywhere that I feel conflict. Hey, baby, how are you? How was school? All right. See? So I never say anything. Go to all my writings and see what I say. I admitted to fueling conflict. So these are the lies they put around. My writings are up there. Maybe I said, I voraciously articulated the mess you created. That what I did. Voraciously. I never fueled that. I never used the word fuel in my communication. So Slabe Sennay can show me that evidence. He can't show me anything. So they just make up things all day just to make his cheering squad to clap for him. Now what they do, they don't think about this thing they put right, they just clap. His admission, I did not admit to anything. His admission on earth, his cluelessness, who is clueless? The one who wanted and say, oh, I told Greene Cole Geleo to put the Constitution aside, that the man had a clue, that he the one has clue, or the man who just articulated the wrongs of the man of Slabe Sennay. I just merely repeated what he said. I wrote a whole article and listed 9 articles in there, making my case. He said he's the framework of the Constitution. He couldn't debunk that. He didn't. There was a reply to me, right? There was a reply to what I said. He did not refute any of the article. He didn't even respond. He didn't even refute any constitutional provision in the article he wrote. And just saying random things all over the place. The man is clueless. You personally attacking me. That does not make your argument strong, sir. It's to the person. It's a basic fallacy in logic. Yeah, cluelessness. So you are leaving the subject and coming to the man. All right, but that doesn't make you an intellectual. It just makes you lazy. All right. So his admission, I did not admit or anything. Slabe Sennay cannot show me any evidence. Okay, total disconnect when it comes to the plight. So the man went and unconstitutionally voted. The same document you see he wrote, right? They call Slabe Sennay say the 2019 convention resolution. Okay, Slabe Sennay say before a dime is taken from the account, Greene Cole Geleo or whoever is in power should send a voucher to the board. The board should respond in 2 weeks with their answer. If they don't do it in 2 weeks, that amount is considered automatically approved. Slabe Sennay and Greene Geleo, they send a voucher to the board for approval. 7,000, the money I'll show you right here. Right here, okay? They send $7,236.28. I don't know what they will do with that 28 cents, but anyway, they send the amount. And the board reply to them. The same day, the board responded and said, sir, carry the money back. The COVID, there is a COVID approval stuff, right? The COVID approval letter. We approved 10,000. Here's the letter. For you to give our people in the United States and buy $10,000, give them some help in the middle of the coronavirus. You have not done it, sir. And so because of that, carry your $7,000 voucher back. All right, now they're $90,000. Carry your $7,000 voucher back until we sort out the outstanding issue. Slabe Sennay authorized a puppet Greene Cole teleconference. The call teleconference. Got on the teleconference and said, oh, let's vote for Greene Cole Geleo travel allowance. Sir, where is it? You're just making this thing up now? You did not say that in the Constitution. And so, Slabe Sennay got on the teleconference, they voted, and they gave Greene $7,000. They gave it the money. They gave him the $7,236.28 to go dance in Liberia. They went to the hospital, no one pill on the shelf. And the guys went there, they did nothing. No talent, no bottle to carry. But when I said these things, Slabe Sennay was the man a liar. But you can't share the lies I was telling. All right? These are the weak people that will depend on Slabe Sennay, they will not go nowhere. Our community will not go nowhere because they are uneducated, uneducated people. They think they are educated, but they are uneducated. Based on what they are doing to their own people. Yes. Something he said with respect to the verdict from the mediation, I'm quite satisfied that he quoting me now because I force you to impersonation. No, I didn't say that. So when you want to somebody cite the person correctly, we respond to respect to the verdict from the court, from the mediation. I'm quite satisfied because I force you to stop the impersonation because you are impersonating that you are USAA, and from the mediation, it was clear that you are not USA, so you had to change your name. Before then, you were impersonating to be who you are not, and so you don't sound me correct here. So that what they did, they will twist your voice around. My piece is right. The other one wrote it. I know exactly what I put in there. I said, I'm certified because I force you through the law to stop the impersonation. Because you are lying, you are impersonating who you are not. Okay? So, Slabe Sennay responding to what I said now. My response. What is obviously consistent about this man who has pretended himself or presented himself as a complete liability and embarrassment? Okay? So, it's to the person, right? That's how you put there is liability. When I will honor Greene, right? Guess what? My product compelled Greene to honor me. I still got a certificate. So Greene will honor a liability. The convention over there in Florida, in North Dakota, I was honored again for my hard work. So how can the wise people of Francess Clarke Myers and Greene Cole Geleo, he was forced to see what I was doing for him. Nobody knew the brother. And I promoted the brother. So nobody can refute my work. So when you say a liability, brother, then you are being childish. I know I can be annoying with the truth. That's what you must say. But not say I'm a liability. When you give me job, I do it. Slabe Sennay and I worked together before. I'm not going to say Slabe Sennay when we're at the chapter level here. We needed the manifesto of Francess Clarke Myers. I wrote my portion, he wrote a portion. He knows my ability. And that was something they can't, Slabe Sennay can't recklessly come on Facebook to can't say something about me. You got to be really. I'm not a football player, I'm not a basketball player, I don't know how to throw blow, but I know how to think small. And so when you put something on paper, get ready that I will get my own counter talk to it. All right? So Slabe Sennay say, I'm a complete liability and embarrassment. Greene Cole, you honor embarrassment? They get a best certificate for hard work, for being one of the productive community leaders. They may give me certificate. I will honor multiple times when President Myers had the chapter program here for the elders. They even honor me at that program again in North Dakota. I just got honor. They honor in liability. They honor in embarrassment. I mean, Slabe Sennay, you just make yourself when you come here at that side, you put there. Kind of do some little thinking more. Don't do superficial. This thing was for your cheering squad so they can just like, hey, Slabe Sennay, man. But when that's how you put it looks at it, then you embarrass yourself. You can do that. Yeah. He said, I'm an embarrassment to the Myers Manor administration. It says high level of inconsistency in his disjointed argument. This recitation. They took the thing from Dr. Fahnbulleh and they just throw their around. The men can't come up with original thoughts, no, of their own. They just repeat these cliches, these bromides all over the place. They just repeat them. Come on, dude, come up with something original. Yes. The man said, no, let me really respond again. I just kind of killing time right now. I'm done with him. I just want to kill time small. What is obviously consistent about this man who has presented himself as a complete liability and embarrassment to the Myers Manor administration is this high level of inconsistency? Me, that's a level of inconsistent. Why you think you guys are angry? Because I've been consistently repeating the facts over and over, and now you guys are angry. When you go by a quarter city, you come back, I'll say, man, I say the same thing. So how can you say I'm inconsistent? And so a level of inconsistency in his disjointed argument. For the record, there is no verdict in mediation. Okay, the board man come here educate all now. The man come here educate all. Listen. So you say no verdict in mediation. The most likely outcome of any mediation effort is an agreement. Agreement is reached on the basis of mutual consent. All right, mediation is not a litigation process, and it is henceforth not associated with verdict. This confused, okay, coming to the person now, you're attacking me personally now. This confused gentleman, in his usual move, display absolutely limited understanding. Okay, the man less intellectual. He just coming to the person, a harmony. Okay, this is a harmony to the person of, like Jowia and coming say, oh, they coming where I am. Jowia's are calling the bad, causing the bad pie, causing the bad. But I was if they do it now. Limited understanding. I mean, the other boy over there too. Polier was I push like, oh, you get comprehension problem. But when I said Polier, you are trained to papils, and she gave us. I said, oh, how do people enjoy lazy? All enjoy lazy. You will be the first to attack when the person come by you. I just say, oh, nurses are trained to papils. It's part of their job responsibility. So why are you getting vexed when you're telling me I get comprehension problem? So somebody went on to say. Slabe Sennay went on to say, verdict from a judicial standpoint is a decision reached on a dispute or disputed issue in a civil or criminal case or investigation. The lawyer teaching you now, Slabe Sennay a lawyer. And Slabe Sennay was oblivious to the fact that I was not speaking from a legal perspective when I used the word verdict. You got the conventional application of words. You get a technical application. So the man was thinking from a technical perspective, from a legal perspective. And I was using the word in a conventional setting, from a conventional perspective. But so that is everything, the man is a monolithic thing or one-way thing. So you were just thinking about it that way. When you and somebody, you have discussion or anything you reach is a verdict from the conventional perspective. I'm not speaking about in a technical legal perspective. No. But service, they don't get a thing. They just running away. They try to appease and try to make a supporter look good. I mean, for him to look good to his supporters. So he put these things around. Slabe Sennay, I'm a student of philosophy. We think we pour over idea. P-O-R-E. All right. We reflect over ideas. That's what I do. I don't pop pills. No. I'm not a nurse. And so Slabe Sennay, when you responding to Dax Ayopo there, think a little bit deeper. Don't just appeal to Lisa Fale. Don't appeal to Sophia Kape. Don't appeal to Polu Kape. And no Polu Kalo. Kolu Sebe. Samuel Sebe. No. You should ask your question, what would Dax Ayopo say? The sage, the man that was crowned by the elders and the ancestors. What will he say? And the question is now what Samuel Sebe will say, and now what Lisa Fale will say. The people, they are superficial thinkers. They are not profound thinkers. No. I dance responding to Mullar Pantoe, for example. Now I can't bring the kind of thing service. I'll be embarrassing myself. You got to be far more sophisticated than this. Oh man, service disappointed me. He got to the rescue and he just damaged himself. The man wrote a 4 double 2 article on the man when the first one put the man in coma and the second one man the people are taking service they supporter are taking a ballet that man so he got breathe again. So service say okay, so that was a very argument and you missed the whole point of making him a piece. I will not speak it technically from a legal perspective. I was using the word from the prosaic perspective, right? The conventional application of the word. For example, when somebody say, for example, it is raining cats and dogs. If you are Slabe Sennay, you will say, oh, cat and dog falling from the sky. No, it doesn't mean that. So you have to think more than that, Slabe Sennay. I shook my head when he barefacedly mentioned that I created a conflict, and I show it to you. I just proved it. You want me to play the audio again? Slabe Sennay saying, yeah, I don't want to Greene Cole Geleo to go against the conflict. I'll play again. So he said, I barefaced the lie that he created a conflict. Let me come back. You don't go nowhere. I'm right here. Let me bring it back some more. So you can hear man say, I don't want to him. Let me pull it off for you. The great service was given the opportunity. He ran away twice. You know, but he said, we got run away. I didn't know where to turn out. I'm not running away. No, I'm saying you didn't turn out. What is that? It's a running away. You ran away from the great Boto Jawi. I said, wow. Hold on, let me see.
Can Boto debate me on the Constitution?
You see the arrogance? He's talking down to a man. Can Boto, he knows everything. That's the kind of arrogance the guy exude. That's what they do. Can Boto debate me? But I know nothing in other words. That's what he say. He knows everything.
I go ask a man that question. The man would have practically demolished you. Yeah. The great man. That would be a Jawi dissection of Sine. The problem is that if I provide a context, it will be destroyed. Oh yeah.
All right. Slabe Sennay knows everything. You will destroy Boto when he provides the content of the Constitution. But even though you say I'm not obeying it.
So I mean, if it is monolithic, there's a derivative, but he gave a perspective that he said that the background. So he was also a framework of the Constitution in part, so he can give a perspective to you.
Oh, is he? I said Bodo framework of the Constitution here alone. So basically, you allowed to wrote the Constitution, but he didn't want to obey why he born people.
The same way your name on allow the copies, you Bodo name allow the copies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay. So the man said Boto Jawi name on the paper, but Bodo didn't do nothing. He didn't want to do all the work.
Yeah, so I mean, at least you gave her a document, but you're not following the document, but you say, oh, I'm following the document. No, you are not. No. Where in the document
Where in the document you wrote that the president can declare convention? Where? The man went blank. Service name got no answer. Listen, you. So because of no answer, you will come back. Listen. Nowhere. So that's the first infraction. You say you can't tell your brother, say, oh, I mean, what you're doing is wrong. But you follow him. I told him to do it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's the contravention of the very document you wrote. I told him to do it. I see it. He didn't get it. No provision in the Constitution that says the president should declare where convention should go. And so basically, I don't want to Greene Cole Geleo to declare the convention in Minnesota. Okay? So you see the mayor come and say, oh, you're lying. So Lord, I shook my head when he barefacedly mentioned that I created the conflict. And he feel, okay, so and he tried to link me to it. No, I didn't feel it. I reported what you did to the people. Just the way CNN reported what is going on in Ukraine. All right? That's all the media outlets out there, they report what is going on. Why you creators, let me say that I report. I didn't feel anything. All right, so don't start trying to spin anything. No, you don't do that. So I'll show you the evidence. I don't make anything against anybody here. I'll show it to you. I just prove that you want it. All right, so that's the business for you. All the men and all the boat people on Bukon, some mess of Bukon, they're walking around at boat people. They destroy their own community. Ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit of when you go through that thing, you'll be talking about, don't call my family. When you do all my family, I will take you to court after you've been cussing me and saying all those things. But you wanted me to call. I load a cow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate your time on the show today. Thank you so much for joining me. I just looking at the comments right now. I'm done for the day. The family here. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Slabe Sennay right there. The guy is a huge disappointment. He's supporting Greene Cole Geleo, Tabata, and telling them, oh, I don't want to take convention to Minnesota. You know, Greene just don't have the money to declare convention. How sad. How pathetic. How lugubrious. How dolorous. For also how people that did call themselves both people. Yeah. They are both people. Knowing how to read and write does not make you both. Does not make you both male. Does not make you educated. Does not make you both woman. Yeah, go ahead, baby. You're fine. Yeah. So the guys, they are just doing this thing to impress the man doing it to impress the girlfriend. What you call it? Lisa Farley. You're writing this thing to impress Boysian. And you're doing it to impress Joyce Young. You're doing it to impress Camden Ross. You're doing it to impress Samuel Shigbe. You're doing it to impress Darius. You're doing it to impress Jabba Swain. That's it. But it's not impressing men like Mullar Pantoe, men like Boto Jawi, great men like Jacob Kula, a great man like Mr. Boto Sedi, great man like the former president, Mr. Sedi. Let's just say, I can name the elders. Nobody, simply is not impressing anybody anymore. The man has deflated himself by virtue of saying, I will take my family over the community. The man finished with himself. And you blame it, that's why are you supporting, why are you reporting what I said? That you don't want feeling my conflict. Don't start a conflict. I'm not feeling it. CNN is not feeling conflict. It's reporting what is happening. And that's what Dasayopore is doing. I'm reporting what some of the news that Samuel Shebe created, that Slabe Sennay and the likes of Greene Geleo, the news you make, I report the news to the people. So you can't blame the reporter for reporting the news. Blame the person that generated the news. Not me. That's what Slabe Sennay just crying foul. You're crying when you go into that thing, you say, the money they say they wanted, they got the money. I said, what? The brother actually wrote it, say? The money said they wanted? What? We don't want the money. We want to do something for our people. The people tested you. They gave you $10,000, my man. Give the people some little food, let it eat. And you refuse adamantly to feed the people. On top of that, he wants $7,000 so he can go dance. And the people say, no, sir, let protect the people's resources. And he said, you know, Greene Cole Geleo declared convention in Minnesota. I'm the man. I'm the crafter. I'm the framer of the Constitution. Boto Jawi, they did nothing. Judu, they did nothing. I mean, the elders, everybody name on that thing, they did nothing. I'm the man. I can provide the backing, the background, the context of the Constitution. I'm the man. I'm a writer of the Constitution, but I'm an anti-constitutionalist. Come on, you can't be one of those two at the same time. You can't both be and not be at the same time. It's a basic law of not contradiction. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm today for you. I am Bo Bell. I'm out for the day. It's nice out there. Let me go with hang out with the Cheerios. I just do. I had daddy to do red but show fully, so I just kill it out with your small. Yeah, but seriously, is a disappointment to the community. Yeah. Y'all go on my page, man. Y'all go all the points he raised. I went point by point and debunked everything, point by point. So the man, as soon as I started debunking everything, the man don't want mute. Let me say, you can hear the man saying a word again. Kabade man, my Kabade president is supporting the Kabade president. It's supporting. It's not about the community. It's not about Sinoe. It's not about Liberia. It's not about Africa. It's about Kabade. My Kabade president. Oh, wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you again next Monday, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. because the children, they are in school now. So I'll be here 11 a.m. Monday. All right, every Monday we are here, 11 a.m. That being said, I am out for the day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And always, Dr. Yopode has the factual platform, the evidential platform. When I say it, I show you the evidence. Unless the business, oh, the men are lying, then you can show you what you're lying about. No, I don't do that. I'm a credible man. And I want all the people that believe me in Sinoe County, everywhere in the community, they honoring me. The man say, oh, the men are liability, but Greene honor me. Greene gave me certificate. I said, oh, can you honor somebody who was a liability, who was an embarrassment? Why you do that? All right. Have a fine day.